good measure. Definitely making great use of this hand, being able to play out that strength and still draw 2 cards after. This is definitely not what
Makes
R&B
sense.
wants to be seeing, so.
Yeah, and that makes a little bit more sense because when you have those last 2 cards stuck in hand, one is a dock, one is a strength, and you're like, man, but at this point we had a 2-1 on the board and a 1-3 on the board, so the strength is going to take out anything. So you definitely go for that 2 power, 2 strength thing. And Lady Cluck, she's here and she has ward. She's a 2/7, which is obscene, but she does have bodyguard, but we don't need that. We don't need the bodyguard for Doc. We're fine. We're keeping him ready.
Yeah. We're not going to bother protecting that dog. Can't blame him. We did see some Beyond the Horizons go into the Inkwell, so at least maybe we get some singers on board if we can keep both of these characters, and the ward is going to help with that. But Matt not, slowing down, putting on the gas here, playing that genie, getting able to continue to refill that card by drawing that refill that hand by drawing that card. I'm back. I'm awake.
Yeah, that makes sense.
We saw the dock into the genie, feeling good. We're now developing a wide board state to where we're getting to a point where if we're not questing, I mean, we can kind of start singing on any of these big bombs that R&B may be able to find in the form of like a Tinkerbell or something to if we get another strength to be able to take that out. So we're feeling pretty good on Matt's side of the board here.
Yeah, and we don't really want to go ahead and use a strength of a Raging Fire on potentially a dock at this point. And Lady Cluck does have ward. However, if we throw down even like a half another character, that's enough for a Vincenzo Santorini. That's enough for, like you said, that Tinkerbell. Any of those big old bodies that Sapphire Steel enjoys playing are going to be taken down pretty handily at this point with such a wide board. But I am getting child aggro, so I will be right back.
Yeah, no worries. Take care of that. I think definitely if we're Matt here, we're feeling pretty good. Also considering R&B now has 2 cards because he's drawn for turn. But realistically, when Matt's looking over at R&B's side, he's only seeing 1 card per turn. We've gotten rid of 2 Beyond the Horizons in that discard. So we kind of aren't really too scared. I don't know. I guess technically he could, run 4. But even so, we're not really too scared of that, especially if he's going to sing it. He's not dealing with the rest of our board. It looks like with this Mulan, we were able to discard a card and then play out this strength. Actually, we might not have even discarded a card. We might have just played it and not taken the effect. Played out this strength, gotten rid of that Calhoun, because we can't take that genie, unfortunately, because both of those genies have 4 willpower. So fighting to stay in this, but I still think Matt is not going to be too upset about what just happened there.
No, at that point, you really, again, we're not really seeing our big characters. The Mulan, I didn't get to see it because, again, child aggro, shout out humans. Anyway, if you didn't even take the effect off of the Mulan because you were kind of out of cards, you just needed the body, to be able to get that strength a little bit stronger, you're kind of in dire straits. This is not what you want. What the Sapphire Steel deck really wants to do, especially on the play, I'm not sure if he's running the dual ink Jasmine, but you really want to get that, shift Jasmine out on the play, then pleek her on turn 3, ramp yourself up to your big boys, and then keep on keeping on. But this looks like a really, really slow start, and then having to dock your 7 cost on inkables pretty early. It's basically this is the way that this Sapphire Steel deck fails this set, is kind of just drawing the wrong half at the wrong time.
Yeah, absolutely. We're looking like we're trying to do some things here. It looks like we quested with that genie. I believe we tried to challenge the dock and probably were just reminded of that bodyguard there.
Big old Lady Cluck. Yep.
So we're gonna see what we're doing instead. Thumbing up these Captain Hooks, which they do swing for 3 in this case. They challenge for 3, so we could have taken out the Cluck if we wanted, but it looks like we're just going to keep them ready. I guess we're not feeling too threatened again with R&B only having 1 card, not being able to really like ink and play something, so we're not really at enough ink to drop these like top end characters anyways, so there's really no fear here.
Right. Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. There's just really no fear. Like, I'm not scared at all. And at this point, keeping those hooks around, we're gonna have to head in and ink the Vincenzo because, again, like you said, that's a big old boy, but we can't play it. But yeah, I mean, opting to keep those Captain Hooks up in the air, like, we're not really worried about the Lady Cluck. We could take it out, but at this point, it's kind of we're starting to get to the point where, like, oh, I see that you just inked one of your bombs.
Right.
I might want to start turning sideways. You know. Like just
Yeah.
kind of start going, maybe saving the hooks potentially for a strength of raging fire to make that a little bit more strong, just in case you do. Now, of course, notably, we are at 6 ink now, so if we take a Tinkerbell off the top, that's pretty good. But at the same time, we're not going to be able to get after that genie. So
Yeah, I just think we don't have enough cards in hand to really be able to make something. If we had one card and we were, drawing off the top into two, it would feel even a little better because you could maybe ink one, play a Hades or something. But in this case, it's just not feeling great, especially considering how fast our opponent is able to go with all of these bodies on board. Like you said, nothing right now to respond to that evasive genie. We can maybe get rid of the Cobra if we, top deck in action, but it's just really not allowing us to do anything with the rest of that board. It looks like Matt's not done though. Okay, playing out a Lilo for good measure, gonna give Challenger +2 to everything, but there's nothing really to challenge, right?
no, we're just putting her on the board because, again, I mean, maybe he's got an alien in that deck and he's going to slam that down. Who knows, man? We've seen wilder things here on the ICL, but again, that's just another body coming down. And at this point, we've decided, hey, look, these hooks are going sideways. I'm getting lore, the gas, all gas, no brakes. They've kind of correctly identified that, again, like our Sapphire Steel hero is a little down and out with our 1 lore to our 14 lore. Yeah. So the hooks aren't hooking. Let's just get lore. Let's go questing.
Yeah, I mean, I guess obviously this is not, the way that R&B wanted this round to go. If we had to try to find maybe a positive here, it's at least that, with Sapphire Steel being fairly off meta, maybe a rogue contender.
At least you're not watching the Blurple matchup, everybody, and that's what we should focus on.
Maybe R&B has some fancy new techs post seeing the DLC, kind of results, seeing the decks that won. Maybe there's something that once his deck gets going, Matt's going to not be prepared for it because he didn't really get to see it because R&B's not playing really any cards this turn.
I was going to say the conversion rate of Sapphire Steel was actually quite impressive at the DLC. Yeah. There was a large pocket of people that kind of figured out the deck, and we do see a Strength of Rage and Fire come through and go ahead and pop that Cobra, as you were mentioning before, because it does have Vanish, so we're going to go ahead and get rid of that. So the board is looking a little bit more cleaned up, just basically being able to get rid of that Cobra without having to trade something of yours into it. Again, the 2 hooks, they're gone. They were menacing for a minute, and now they are into the discard. But again, we still have a few more cards in hand, and that'll give us more cards as the Yzma Conniving Chemist board.
Yeah, I mean, it's that Yzma off the top feels good, obviously, for Matt, feels really bad for R&B. I think the notable thing as well is, yes, we were able to play that strength, but having to target, that 1 quest giant Cobra versus the genie because we were 1 character short of being able to remove that evasive genie just really, really hurts, especially with the tempo here. So, yeah, R&B would need a miracle off the top, but to be fair to both players, R&B's deck just kind of didn't really do what he wanted it to do. We're going to make sure to get a really good shuffle for this next round. And hopefully we'll have more of a real game. I believe we would constitute these as non-games, so as some people have called them. So hopefully in this case, R&B's deck's going to do what it wants to do, and we'll have a really interesting Sapphire Steel build ready to be shown off. But hey, on the side of Flower Farm, you can't be mad about it. As I like to say, we take those. I'm giving pause for Color to speak, but it looks like she is having some headphone troubles, so I get to keep going. So yes, we take those. If you are ever in a situation where, your opponent bricks, sometimes that's the only way to win certain matchups, right?
My headphone died. I'll be back.
Yep. Yeah, no worries. We got you, Color. But yeah, so sometimes it happens. Obviously, it's not what R&B wanted to do. Having to, I think we saw his Vincenzo go into the Inkwell, and then one of them get discarded with that Mulan. We saw things like 2 Beyond the Horizons going into the discard. Some decks were only playing 2, so that might have been his only real option for draw. Having to ink his own Pleakley, right? There's a lot of ways in which this game did not go the way that R&B wanted it to go, even though he was on the play, I believe. So in this case, he gets another shot at it, and I do think ultimately on the draw, his deck is not going to struggle too much. So if he's able to win out on this game, the next one, it might not be so bad. He might be able to come back because I think Sapphire Steel has a lot of things that can help, like I said, control these sort of illusion characters on the side of Amethyst Steel, to hopefully, come back from anything like a giant cobra, or maybe we're playing Rajas, right? Maybe we're going back to that version of Amethyst Steel. So I'm excited to see, but it looks like we're about ready to go. We're gonna have these 3, 2, 1s, 1, 2, 3s. Tell me in the chat, what do you like your cuts for Pixelborn? Because I like to do 2, 3, 1. I think is the one that's the most acceptable here. So, all right, are we back?
Yeah, technically, and I electrocuted myself a little bit, so that was actually super fun. Yeah, I grabbed the actual charging block for my charger, pulled it out, and the casing slid off of the charging block, and so I went to grab it, and my finger touched the metal as it was plugged into the wall. So today has been
electrifying.
It is. It's been
might say
electrifying. I am awake. I have a new heart rhythm going on, so that's pretty cool. So awesome, but we're plugged in.
Yeah, absolutely. You heard it here first, folks. Lorcana, the best way to get the heart pumping.
Yes, electrifying. We're locked in. We are loaded, and that was. It was honestly, for being electrocuted straight from the outlet, it didn't hurt as much as I thought it would. That's the first time. I don't know. Chad, have you guys been electrocuted before? Is it I don't know. My parents scared me a lot, and I feel like I could take a little. I'm just kidding. I'm fine. Everything's fine.
Yeah, right in chat. Have you ever? Oh, along came Zeus.
Yeah. Honestly, the smite of the gods is probably exactly what. Man, so we're still deciding, doing the altars and everything.
Yeah, we're doing the altars, we're doing everything, but it looks like we're finally about ready to go, and I'm ready to see some Team Maelstrom action. Absolutely. Flower Farm got to have all the fun last time, so let's see right out of the gate. Show me a 1-drop. Okay, we don't see it, but that doesn't mean we're done. As long as we see some ramp, I think we're still in this.
Yeah, absolutely. And missing turn 2 ramp is going to be a major factor of that issue going forward. But unfortunately, we don't have our turn 1. But do we need a turn 1? We're trying to go 2, 4, 10. You know what I mean? Yep, like we are just trying to go up there and get our bodies on the board. And again, I mean, against Amethyst Steel, you just don't want to lose the board. You kind of like that. Their 1, 2, 3 sing strength on 4 kind of thing is you want to disrupt that a little bit. And we saw that earlier with the Fire of the Cannons, but we do see this baby Diablo, our little 0/1 banish, draw a card spell book that just sits there and usually gets a ton of lore.
Yeah, you gotta love it. I mean, that definitely makes the potential Fire of the Cannons on turn 2 harder to do, because then you're giving your an opponent a card. I do want to know, R&B is not slamming down the ramp here, so I'm a little concerned.
Tipo in the Inkwell. Tipo in the Inkwell.
All right, we had some ramp. That made me scared for a minute, because usually you're just jamming the ramp, but maybe we had a couple different options there. So we did see Tipo into the Inkwell. Tipo hits the board. We're gonna secret ink something with that growing boy, and hopefully next turn we get to do even more fun rampy things. I want to see if we're going to see this Diablo quest. Sometimes that's a good way to kind of fortune tell whether or not your opponent has strength in hand, if they want to kind of keep those bodies.
I would say, even if you don't have it in hand, you probably don't want to go ahead and quest, because you don't want to telegraph the fact like, hey, I just straight up don't have it. So at this point, it's like the extra lore maybe on the draw might be worth it. But at the same time, I think, again, I'm not really sure. Our next turn is probably going to be a 4-drop of some sort. I mean, if we're pleeking our Tipo, that's not really where you want to be. But at the same time, if we're trying to get to Vincenzo, it might be the play.
Yeah, absolutely. We got to those Vincendos a little too earlier last time. So we're playing this sale, which we're going to allow us to ramp again, get us to draw a card as well. I mean, that's not terrible, right? At least in the case, like you said, we didn't really want to do the Pleakley straight into the Tipo. So at least we get to ramp.
It's a lot of Tipos. 2 Tipos in the Inkwell, and then we are going to go ahead and pleak it. So, my gosh, we went Tipo into Sale into Pleakley, and now we are on our game plan. This is looking a much better. It is turn 3, 2. I don't know, but we got 6 ink. So it's like, I'm like, there's so much ink in the Inkwell. I don't even know what turn it is anymore. But I
Yeah.
guess, yeah, and it always feels so bad on the other side. M is the same. It's like I'll link my Yzma and I'll untap my 2 ink, I guess.
I know, and
So,
can't do anything. Meanwhile, they can drop a Hades next turn technically. So.
Right, yeah. We just got here and you're dropping Hades. This is messed up.
So we're gonna see that Genie Satisfied Dragon come down. I think this is just such a good turn 3 play sometimes, because having that full 4 willpower really makes this resistant to a lot of the things that, at least on these early turns, your opponent's gonna be able to do. We are thumbing up that Diablo. So
like, are we just giving it up here? We're like, I'm not getting at that Pleakley. He's a 3/4. He's kind of a big boy. I know you're not even really worried about the Pleakley, so let me just go ahead and get the lore. If you gotta take out my Diablo, at least I get a card that's going to get me closer to doing something about that. And we do see a Robin Hood. Oh, I love this reprint. Set 1 Robin Hood. He has evasive on our turn, which is incredible. And he's a 4/4.
Yeah, absolutely. That's going to be nice. Definitely on the side of R&B. He got to draw a card off of it, which is always when Robin Hood feels the best. Yes, being able to take out opposing genies feels great, in one swing, having that 4/4, but also just drawing the card off of him is awesome. And now we've got a big body that can quest, that's not going to easily be taken down by this threatening Calhoun. Same with the Pleakley, having that 4 willpower, just kind of helping. I think that this is feeling a lot better for R&B. And I can't overstate how much having that extra card draw helps so much, because now when he top decks for his next turn, he will have 3 cards in hand and he can really start to do things, because we're on 7 ink here. So this is feeling good, I think.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. It's like, oh yeah, 7 ink again on turn 4. Like, I'm feeling pretty good. We are seeing the resurgence of the Sapphire Steel. I'm just kidding. I know you guys have been here the whole time. I just wanted to say a thing. I love riling. I was like, I love riling up the Sapphire Steel community, but they house some of my favorite humans. So we do see a Madam Mim, Tiny Adversary, come down with a Smee, but not the good Smee.
Not the good Smee.
Not the good Smee.
This
and
Tiny
Lucas,
Adversary
what
feels
are
great.
you doing with your open mic? I love you to death, but are you... I feel like he took a paper bag and put it over his mic and just shook it around, and he's eating Chinese food.
He's eating Chinese food. Yeah, I don't think the audience can hear it, but just know there's some rattling in our ears right now. But
sensory nightmare, and I feel like I had to say something.
I have to say, it's nice to see this Madam Mim come down. I'm curious to see how many Matt is running in his deck. Usually this is only a 1 or a 2 of in some cases. But this is a case where, yeah, we played it on turn 4. Sure, it's not a genie that's with evasive and whatever, but in that case, that wouldn't have been good for us either, right? Because we have that Robin Hood on the other side. So this Tiny Adversary is going to allow us to buff up that Calhoun. Now it has Challenger 4 instead, or excuse me, Challenger +1 to make it 4. Be able to take out that Pleakley. We're still going to gain 2 lore. And then we see a Vincenzo come down for R&B. We are going to target that Mr. Smee. Interesting. I guess we're just not feeling too threatened by that Madam Mim. She doesn't really swing for anything herself, and she's only giving the other guys +1. And in this case, there's only a Satisfied Dragon next to her. So I like it. I like it to see this Vincenzo coming down. That's feeling good. With a spicy Italian there on the side of R&B. And this is going to be difficult, right? Regardless of the Tiny Adversary being on board, this is going to be difficult for Matt to remove. So it makes sense why we took that Smee off, just kind of getting some of that strength off of the board. So we are seeing the Italian hands going crazy for the Vincenzo. So spicy and blue color away. That's right. So I like this from R&B. This is good. This is something that must be answered. If you ignore it, he's just going to get the quest for 3 every time. That 8 willpower is really significant and hard to let go of. So curious to see how Matt's going to respond to this, right? I cannot hear color, just so she knows. There you go. It's okay, let me catch you up. We've played a genie and we drew a card.
Sweet. We love it.
Yeah.
That's it? That's all that happened?
I mean, we did see a Vincenzo come down. And chose to take out that Mr. Smee. This does enable us, though, to play out 2 characters. I kind of like this from Matt, because sure, we're not getting rid of the Vincenzo, but still taking out that Robin Hood, not being able to swing back and challenge into our Satisfied Dragon and live.
Ooh, we do see Beyond the Horizon come down, and that is a really, really good one, because Vincenzo just went ahead and sang that by himself. And we can go ahead and target our opponent or ourselves or both. And at this point, I have no cards in hand, I think. And then, so we'll go ahead. Oh, this is exactly what this deck wants to do. We have visions of the future to go find that next best card. Here we go. This is why we keep coming back to this deck, because this is when it sings. Oh my gosh.
Absolutely. Addictions formed very quickly, as you can see.
Draw
All it takes
cards.
is one good top deck, and you're like, yes, I will play this game for all
Yeah,
time.
never don't wheel, but now it's never don't beyond into a visions. I mean,
So,
build your own, a whole new world. It's fine. We got this. We got there. We'll be okay.
yeah, we've got a whole new world at home, and it is putting in some work right now. So we are digging with that visions, taking a look. We've got some more cards in hand now. Looks like we're tapping 4. We're gonna play that Kita. I love it. This is gonna allow us to keep ramping. Oh wow, discard another
dock?
Beyond with our dock. I like it. We're ink efficient, right?
Yeah.
And now we see we're playing out more things in hand. We're getting deeper into our deck. We know what we just put to the bottom with that vision of the future. So I like everything that R&B is doing. This is a much better game in terms of actually having some back and forth here, because Matt still has a board on his side. So we got to see, how is he going to react to this?
Cry? I think he could cry, but we do see a Lilo. Oh, she comes down and buffs that up. That's going to be able to go ahead and put some damage, 3 damage from a Diablo. Have you seen it since the crab meta? You haven't, but it's fine. Now we get to draw a card from the crab. Absolutely. And again, we get to draw a card from that Diablo, see what we get. And at the same time, let's do a little tippity tap math and see how many of our characters have to go in to make sure that this 2/8 is no longer on the board questing for 3, which is crazy. But again, with Madam Mim and a Lilo, look what they have to do to mimic a fraction of your power, Crab. Merlin Crab.
Yeah, I totally agree with people in chat. This Lilo is such a great clapback, just allowing us to really utilize that Diablo. We're still getting to draw a card while also kind of punching up, so to speak. That Vincenzo is a really big threat, right? We saw him sing Beyond all on his own, and should he have lived, he would have been able to, quest for 3 or take many things out while still staying around. So liking it, being able to, I believe, requesting with that evasive genie as well. So now we've got a little less threats. The Calhoun for good measure to say, hey, if you turn anything sideways to try to take out my satisfied dragon, I'm going to clap back as well.
All right, we're going to go ahead and take the key to trigger, because you can never, I mean, sometimes I'm like, should you be questing or should you? And they're like, no, it's key to trigger. Always
key to trigger. They never quest.
No. And notably, she's a 3/3. So basically, oh dear. Okay, so
love it.
Yeah, I love this. So, I mean, we are going to go ahead and this enchanted Tinkerbell. He is honestly, R&B is Tamatoa. Like, he is, he loves his shiny
everything
cards.
That is so shiny, absolutely.
So shiny. And basically, oh, we love to see it. And we're just going to go ahead and take out that genie with our dock. I need to turn off my notifications because I just got a notification and it is crazy. And I will
Should this
down.
Calhoun have a damage on it? I will be, I'll be honest. I haven't played Lorcana since the DLC, but
no, he has resist. Sorry.
Pretty sure the rules haven't changed. Calhoun does have that resist.
Listen, we're deep in the wells. We're playing with that mean, malicious, and scary, and we are already scarred from it. And that card is bananas, but Tinkerbell is not. We'll get it. Judges will get it.
Yeah,
we'll make
judges will come in. They're watching. They're just letting them have some fun.
That's a pretend damage that we're gonna save for later. We don't have to worry about that.
Look, Calhoun's gonna die anyways. Someone in the chat. Fair enough.
Banish things. She gonna
yes, we're banishing. We're banishing. Yes.
Absolutely. But yeah, we are gonna see that. I mean, what's another thing? I mean, I want to see another Tinkerbell. I want to see, like, what are the days where we used to shift Tinkerbell onto Tinkerbell and it's like build your own, grab your sword. Like, I just miss it all. And again, if I miss it that much, I need to head to infinity. But wait a minute. Calhoun down with the Kita. No more ramping, no more looking at the top of our deck, no more shenanigans. But
yeah, absolutely. I think that's smart here, because just with the sheer amount of ink that we have in hand, we don't want to allow R&B to continue sculpting his hand, getting, to things like those Hades. We kind of want to make him not have it. And if he happens to top deck it, great. There's nothing you can do about that, but you don't want him choosing between.
Oh, he's got, look at that. Look at that. Look at all that ink going on. Is it it's another one. And of course he has the matching set. He has the 2 Tinkerbell enchanteds coming down, and again, build your own, grab your swords over 2 different turns.
Yeah, absolutely. It seems like we're having some toddler madness again, so no worries, Color. I am here for you. But yes, it's nice to see 2 shiny Tinkerbells on the board with those captains. Nice little throwback to set 1 first chapter. You wouldn't know we were playing Fabled, right? But we are looking like we're going to go ahead and take a quest, which is nice, right? We still have a lot of characters on Matt's side of the board, but our Tinkerbells are a little bit beefier, right? We're feeling a little bit good about questing those there, I think.
I mean, yeah, we're kind of looking at that board, and you're like you said, the set 1 throwbacks of Hook, which shout out to the original set 1 art, and then our enchanted Tinkerbell Giant Fairy. Look, staring across the board at everything on this board. I mean, with the genie with 2 damage, you turn that Mim sideways, you turn the genie sideways, which is kind of fine, but at the same time, a gust of wind, and this board is gone. And I guess if you really only want to quest for 2 for the rest of the game, that's going to give R&B a big shot and space to go ahead and close this gap and kind of continue to fill your board. And I hate when he does that with his discard. It's always so dissettling. Like, are you upset? Are you like, are you feeling good? Or are you getting agitated? Like, you know what I mean? Like some players have tells, and I'm always like, don't touch your discard like that. You always get me. God. Stressing me out over here.
It's definitely interesting because we see a lot of lore on Matt's side, but it's kind of like, what do you want to quest into this Tinkerbell? Obviously, when she banishes a character, she can deal 2 damage. And when this genie is so vulnerable right now, having those 2 damage on it from each Tinkerbell, you don't really want to enable this Tinkerbell to ping it, you know, by giving it a free challenge.
Because he's got 2. He's got, which one? That one or that one?
Yeah, absolutely. So,
and there's no way there's not more in that deck where she got friends. So again, and that's kind of like what we're saying, everything on is kind of vulnerable to a Tinkerbell. However, if we do see a Bell accomplished misses that come down from Matt's side, it might be able to clean up the damage from that genie and get it a little bit healthier, maybe take out the Captain Hook. One of the 2 matching Captain Hooks. We got like the little twin side over here on RBs, but we are only going to exert 4 ink, which makes me feel like it's not going to be a massive bomb, but it's just another Kita.
Yeah, it's just another Kita. I think the problem here is that Matt's lore is just a little too high, and R&B's is a little too low to really feel comfortable, especially with no cards in hand, and feel like we're back in this race. In this case, you know, Matt is kind of incentivized to just quest out, because even with 2 Tinkerbells, there's no way you can clear the entire board, right? Also considering he's probably going to be able to put cards down if he top decks a Cobra, another Rose, right? At this point, Matt might just be feeling enabled to quest out and hope to draw into some of those instant lore game characters that he has in this deck.
Yeah, absolutely. And turning down is going to be a Dumbo, which is going to
even
be
better.
Refill our hand. We do have that extra ink, so we can pay 1 to gain 1 and draw 1. And we did opt to do it with the genie, which is like, you know, our only evasive. But at this point, that does keep us off of 1 lore.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. But it's in favor of drawing a card, because like I said, we might be able to just draw into something like another White Rose. We know he's playing Giant Cobras. We haven't seen them yet. He's got to be hedging his bets here, thinking, I'm going to find it.
Potentially, yeah. That's like, this is definitely getting into a little bit of a dicey situation, because every single turn that we give R&B to draw a card off the top, to use Kita's effect, is closer to some of the biggest bombs in our deck. And again, it's going to be basically next turn. So we're at 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. It doesn't even matter how many are on top. So this is our last shot. Kita, give us something off the top. It's got to be good. It's got to be.
We've still got to be able to draw it as well, since only going on the top. So we got to see what this last card in R&B's hand is. He's not scooping up, so he might have some answers here. He's thinking about what he can do.
Okay, again, but at the same point, we still only taking 2 lore off the board,
right?
And that is unfortunate. So I think that's it. We got slow rolls.
I think we're at 19 actually, unless I can't count, to be fair. So yes, Hades does go into the inkwell, but depending on what he gets off the top. Okay, it looks like he might have it.
And throw it. Yeah. Just go ahead. You could have just shown me the rose. Come on now, sir. Show me the rose. Show me the yeah. There's a Cobra. All right.
Have an extra card for Cobra. So tough break for R&B. Not really the first round that he wanted to see. That second one, I think he was doing well, but he kind of just ran out of cards there. So sometimes you just don't see the pieces you need.
Absolutely, and congratulations to Matt. Yeah, there's always a Cobra, and there was one, especially like you said, with that Dumbo coming in. But we are going to go ahead and switch over to our interviews and see how they're doing.
Yeah,
I'm sure they're fine.
As well.
Hello. How are you guys doing?
Hey, good, thanks.
Good.
All right. How you feeling after that? We'll start with R&B. I kind of want to talk about that. You did end up bringing your deck. This is the deck that you played in the DLC as well. So why don't you tell us a little bit about the Resurgence of Sapphire Steel, and then maybe, what a couple things that you would have liked to do different, and then I'd like to hear, maybe at the end about, let's just talk about set 10 because I'm sick and tired of Fable. But go ahead, R&B.
Can we just skip to that last part?
Yeah, let's talk about set 10. What's going on?
Man,
Tell us
this deck
about.
gets so much better in set 10. So, like, I mean, obviously, game one, like, my hand was, like, super bricked, unfortunately. Like,
Yeah.
I ripped uninkable, uninkable, uninkable. Like, the line that I had was, like, okay, like, I play the Mulan on 1. On turn 2, I can fire the cannons, whatever he plays, and, like, play a hook. But, like, the cards had a different decision. They were like, no, you're actually going to draw another uninkable here. So I like couldn't afford to play the hook, and then like I got punished because he also had his fire the cannons for my Mulan. So like then I just like on my turn 3 I inked, played Pleakley, ate himself, and then like I didn't draw another inkable card, so then I had to ink my 5-drop too. Like it was just like everything that could have gone bad did go bad, and then I got stuck on 5 ink, had to play a dock, discarded a Hades and
a Beyond.
Yeah, and then like drew another Beyond the Horizon off of it and was like, okay, well, I just like don't get to play the game 1. Game 2, like he top decked a really sick dock. I didn't. That's the games. Like that's what's gonna happen. Like whoever draws a little bit better is gonna win these games. Like that's just kind of what it boils down to. Not discrediting you for your play or anything like that.
Oh,
but,
that's fine. I understand that.
You drew a little bit better, played correctly, and I lost because of it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and again, so we'll switch it over to Matt. And I mean, actually, we'll see. Like, Willoughby is here with me as well. Do you want to kind of make fun of RSB as well, or do you have any questions for him?
No, let's start the
I'm
dog
kidding.
pile.
I'm joking.
No, I'm just joking.
No, I'm just kidding.
Obviously it was a tough break. The only thing I'm curious about for R&B is less about game 1. Going to game 2, I think, we did see a pretty good open for you. You were able to ramp up pretty high. I think a lot of chat was agreeing as well. Like, you don't necessarily need the 1-drop on the play, so it wasn't like you were, feeling bad, right? You had the ramp this time. But I think you kind of just ran out of cards there. Do you think it's something where it's like you said, you just didn't top deck the dock this time around, or is there anything that you think kind of stalled you from that initial momentum that you had in game 2?
Yeah, I mean, like, there's so many cards that I could have top decked Beyond the Horizon, a dock, even a Robin Hood would have dug me a card, Sail would have dug me a card.
Yeah.
Like the Visions of the Future would have basically like got to find anything in my deck.
Yeah.
Also just like finding like the tanks were like okay, they didn't really do much because you just like didn't turn anything sideways, which is fine.
Which is,
I mean, like there was lots of cards that I could have drawn that would have been a little bit better, but like I mean, it was just like an average draw. I mean, you're gonna have average draws. Like that's the nature of TCGs. That's the nature of variants. Like I don't know that I could have played the cards. The only thing that I could have done a little bit differently was like the turn where I did sing the Beyond the Horizon. Mm-hmm. My hand was poop. The Visions was also equally poop.
Nice.
So like I chose.
They were all of your ramp. That
I looked at 8 cards and 9 cards in that turn, and they were all horrible. They were all like terrible cards. So,
have you thought of putting better cards in your deck?
I considered it.
Matt is like, please don't interview me. Oh my god, leave me alone. No, I'm just kidding.
There were so many bad cards in those 8 cards, and I was like, okay, well, like the Visions, I decided to take the dock and discard the Beyond the Horizon. Like that was the only thing that I like. Alternatively, I could have just allowed my Vincenzo to perish. All I would have done was played the Kita and then held another Beyond the Horizon in my hand and like maybe cast the Beyond the hard cast it. But then like that seems like a losing proposition because I lose tempo on the board, and then the following turn I'm also not adding anything additional to the board. Like either one was probably a losing proposition. The downside is that like my Beyond hand was bad, and then my Vision was also bad. If either one of those,
any
was
one
a
of them
little
had
bit
been
better,
good, I think would have been more helpful for you.
Right? Like if I had like Beyond the Horizon and like drew a Hades or a Vincenzo there, like the game was over. The game was
right, like an actual good card, and it's
even the Vision.
Yeah,
The
I mean,
vision.
at this point, she could have not, basically the cards were dealt in a way that just basically betrayed you. But we are going to go and see Matt, how are you feeling? I know that I've
Yeah,
sat here
congratulations.
bullied R&B, but I promise not to do that to you. But how are you feeling?
I'm feeling good.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. I'm feeling a bit tired as it's now 5 to 1 in the morning, but other than that,
Oh, wow.
I'm
Oh.
all good.
Thank you so much for playing and
Yeah,
everything.
thanks for
That's
So
right, no,
yeah.
thank you
providing
for
the
having me.
entertainment. Yeah, so I'm curious, Matt. I think towards the end of the game, obviously, that round one, your opponent bricks. Unfortunately for R&B, but you kind of love to see it, right? We take those, as I like to say. And game two was definitely a little bit closer, especially like we said with that open. But something that I thought was interesting was you had such a wide board towards the end, but you were kind of showing respect to those two Tinkerbell giant fairies because obviously, they could challenge two different things and then ping damage to two other things to take out, maybe potentially 4 characters in one swing. But some people in the chat were saying like, well, why don't you just quest to 19? Your board's so wide anyways. What was your thought process to really showing respect to that Tinkerbell and only questing that genie? Did you have that Cobra in hand, or were you just confident that you didn't need to turn sideways? I'm just curious to hear about your thought process.
Oh yeah, was first off, well, I wasn't sure if he ran the Arthur in his deck, so
Okay.
that was always going to be a
Yes.
bit of a threat. And I drew the Cobra off of the Dumbo with the genie
Trigger.
thing.
Mhm.
The dream, yeah, that's it. That's the one. And so, yeah, I
that
was
that
like,
thingy.
because I was considering questing, like just all out questing before that, but as soon as I drew the Cobra, I was like, no, I don't need to. I can just be patient.
Yeah,
Right,
It's just like
exactly.
something might happen that I can't think of right now and just ruin it for me. But
Yeah, so definitely choosing to play it safe. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
yeah, and showing respect to that Arthur, I think is valid, especially again, like in a post DLC format of Fabled. We've kind of seen what everybody has slotted into their decks. We have that information available, so being able to think now's the time, right before we go into set 10. Why not? Why not slot in Arthurs, even if they maybe weren't traditionally in the list, and it's something that you still have to respect. So, I mean, really good discipline, right? And just kind of ended up winning out there for you. You know what else, Color? If you don't have anything, we saw that Yzma go into the Inkwell a ton, and I'm just curious: is that something you didn't feel was right for this matchup, or did you just kind of draw her at inopportune times?
I've never been a massive fan of Yzma, to be honest. I'm not sure. I haven't played. I've been playing a lot of Blue Steel lately, and it wasn't until this morning that I changed my mind over to Amethyst Steel.
Oh my God, we
And,
could have gotten a mirror match. Oh
yes,
my
it would have been a
goodness.
That would've
mirror
been
match. And it's like
Now let me.
sorry, what
I
was
was
that?
just, do you run Arthur or?
Yeah, so I run the one.
Okay, so you
Arthur.
were showing respect
I
for
was
that.
like,
Okay,
yeah.
Yeah. So I wasn't sure how
Mhm.
similar the lists would have been.
for sure.
But yeah, that's why.
Do you
like,
also
game
run
one,
the? I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I'm like, I'm
That's
excited
okay.
about. I was like,
Too
you're like, I
excited, too
played.
excited.
I was like, you play Amethyst Steel, and I'm like, well, hold on. Tell me about your Sapphire Steel list. Sorry. Oh no, I'm kidding. But no, continue. I apologize.
Oh no, I was just going to say that all I had to keep out for was because I know how I've been ruined by other people when I play Sapphire Steel, and it's taking out the Pleakley target. So taking out the Mulan with the fire of the cannons, I felt was going to be extremely important.
Oh no.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's
Yeah,
like, this
that
is why I
insert
changed my deck last minute.
Yeah, and I definitely saw the Arthur tech is something I like, shout out Attack for Two. I was in DLC and in Milwaukee, and I saw him running the Arthur, and I know he was like, you can pry this Arthur out of my cold banished hands, but so I know that there's kind of a little bit of a split. But again, your board, you said you read this, you've been playing Sapphire Steel, and you kind of correctly identified just going as wide as possible, holding things back, at the right times and everything else like that. So very, very well played, and thank you, and also congratulations.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
You guys did incredible. Thank you, R&B, for playing. We appreciate you, and I do want to not hear myself echo. That's the worst timeline, but I want to hear one set 10 card from each of you that you're excited about.
Yeah.
We'll start with Matt.
Oh no. I've not,
Okay,
not looked enough.
He's like,
It's like,
bro,
quick,
it's
where's
1
the-
a.m. He's like, it's 1 a.m. I don't know the amethyst one. You don't have to answer if you don't want to.
But what's it? The headless horseman looks pretty funny. The one
Okay.
The
where-
man horse, the headless man horse, or
Oh,
the actual?
yeah, that one definitely, yeah. The one where you discard the actions and it does damage. That one's fun.
Oh
Nice.
yeah, I think
Yeah.
that one's turning out to be better than we originally thought, but I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
and then also the fairy godmother, the lottery card. Sounds like that could be pretty funny as well.
I have
that's the-
not yet tested that one.
Yeah, no, credit to Matt for not just naming off a legendary, because all the legendaries are getting a
I
lot of
just
hype right now.
stacked.
So thank
All
you.
right.
That's a thoughtful answer.
I'm sorry for quizzing you on set 10 things in a fabled meta at 1 a.m. I do apologize for that. But thank you so much. But
Yeah, thank
R&B, what about you? What one card? Just one.
You know, like
Only one.
honestly, I thought that Matt was gonna select like the obvious answer, which is Cinderella Dream Come True. So the
Right.
card that I had like already in the tank was the Headless Horseman Cursed Rider. So like, curse you for like taking my Yogg-Saron. I love Headless Horseman. I think the card's like really really cool. I played a ton of Hearthstone, and the card reminds me of Yogg-Saron. So like, I'm gonna be playing this card. I think it's super fun, but obviously like Cinderella Dream Come True is the best card in the set. I think that like we can all we're all adults here. We can all agree to that. It's the best card in the set. It's egregious. I love it. The art's phenomenal. I need 4 enchanteds right now. If you get them and don't want them, give them to me.
All right, Tamatoa.
And obviously Goliath Clan Leader. I think like those 3 cards are my favorite 3 cards out of like the entirety of the set.
Remember how I
And-
asked you to say 1 card and you said 3
Yeah,
cards?
well, I gave you 3. Those were
He's giving us a
you
whole
got those
Sapphire
2, you
Steel
got
deck
2 more
tech
for
right
free.
now, actually. So
I know.
This,
I
Start
know.
writing
is,
some
this is BOGO.
It's like Madriel.
Get 2 free.
All right. Well, okay. So I will ask you guys to do some shout outs. R&B will start with you since you are our loser, but our winner in our hearts.
Wow.
But you still lost. So you
Because you're a loser, you get to go. Wow.
Well, I wanted you to feel
Shout
first
out
at
Coleslaw
something.
bullying me since 1993.
Matt is
shout out
gonna
my
be like, I
team,
never
shout
want to be
out-
near this
shout out-
person again.
Shout out the judges. Shout out the ICL. Shout out Heavy Play. Shout out RMB. Shout out like Christmas is right around the corner, and like I'm kind of like ready for that.
You're such a holiday person.
Dude. I am such a Christmas stan. It's not even funny.
Matt, we live like 20 minutes away from each other. That's why I'm bullying him. This is not how I treat normal people.
Okay.
No,
Has a chat at home. There's
she treats
clearly
me
a good
even
friendship
worse
going.
outside of the internet.
All right, sorry. Go ahead, Matt. You do our shout outs. Oh, I'm so sorry.
I'll just shout out to all the guys and my locals in Bristol and for being tough opponents to help me prep for events like this.
Awesome.
That's pretty much
thank
it.
you.
Awesome, yeah.
Thank you so much for staying up late. I know you're probably in, a weird time loop thing going on. So we'll let you get some rest. And again, appreciate it. And shout out Flower
good.
Farm for letting us borrow you for round 1 of the ICL.
Shout out to John as well from JDRR. I suppose I should do that.
Yeah, shout out JDRR. No, congratulations. Way to represent the team.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I
thank
think
you much.
anytime there's an amethyst card played, JDRR gets a shout out. So awesome. But yeah, we love it. And thank you guys for that. And we're going to go ahead and switch over and get our next round going. Oh, gosh. I think we did it. Yeah. We're both
Hopefully,
here.
Yeah, we're here. We're doing things correctly, hopefully. Okay, so yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and load up the next match. Until then, I think it's really fun that Matt was kind of saying that he too was a Sapphire Steel enjoyer, and that kind of enabled him to understand how to best navigate the matchup. And I think he did it brilliantly. Sure, like RMB was saying, bad draws happen, but you also don't want to take away from your opponent who is able to capitalize on those opportunities. So Matt was definitely able to understand. Are we okay?
Oh, yeah. No, I just saw that there was ads during Matt talking, and
No.
I'm so unfortunate. But at the same time, hopefully you guys can watch this VOD back. It'll be back on YouTube and Twitch.
Yes.
And he was lovely. He put up with me and all of the stuff, and so absolutely lovely. And so we'll see it on the replay. But now we're gonna go. We have Maelstrom 0, Flower Farm 1. This is gonna be round 2 of the ICL coming up, and we are going to get to still hang out with Willoughbys. I am going to try to get my life together. No more electrocuting myself. No more dying headsets. That's all gonna be fixed by next week. because it's going to be Whispers in the Well, and I'm excited about it. But for now, I'm going to leave you in the capable hands of Willoughby's and JDZ.
Awesome. Welcome into the booth once again.
Yo. What is up, Willow Bees? How have you, Willow, been?
I love it. I am Willow great. I think I ruined it. It was much smoother when you.
I know. I shopped that around the whole time I've been sitting here on break. I watched a nice portion of that match that you guys covered, and I was like, I gotta have something to come in here with.
That was impressive.
That's what I landed on. I mean, I try. Okay, they all can't be gems, but it is what it is. And first, I want to thank you so much for taking your time to join us here on the ICL. They called your number and you picked up the phone and you, and you took it and you came in. And I love to hear your voice. And thank you for sharing your wisdom and knowledge and voice with the ICL. We do truly appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Happy to be here.
Absolutely. Okay. We got another round, and we got this Maelstrom unit here, Willoughby's. And if you don't know this, Maelstrom is one of the best teams we have in all of Digital Lorcana. But if you look at their record, it is not indicative of that, as they are. Oh, so okay. So we, for what I gather, you guys did not hit the player cards in the pregame show. Thank you, production, and we can do this now as we have another Illumineer that you probably have come to know and know very well. Logan Taylor, aka Zenulus, is in the building. Top 10 Inc. Top 16 Denver, first Denver PPG qualifier at the encounter, getting it loose, getting it active. Everyone knows who he is. He's got a pretty good record and resume, but he's going up against David Critch. Do you know anything about David Critch? Can you tell me something about this Illumineer?
I have had the absolute pleasure of casting asynchronously, so via like YouTube video VOD version, one of David Critch's matches here for Flower Farm back in week 1. So happy to see that he is playing again for the Flower Farm. He has taken top 4 at the Vegas DLC 8 a.m. competitive, which if you know anything, that's always when all the real top guys, and you have like 400 players in those. So that is very impressive. Top 10 on Pixelborn. Top 10 on Lorcanito, season 5 through 8. Top 8 at ETB 3K split and 12-time set champion. What I am seeing about David Critch here is grinder, man. This is a Lorcana grinder, committed to the grind, staying locked in, as you love to say, JDZ.
Yes.
And this is quite the accomplishments, because all of these things take a lot of time and a lot of dedication to kind of reach the top of those leaderboards there.
I agree. And also, I always like to go with the hot hand. So if you're out there getting your grind on, I think you might have a good chance to keep this upset train going. But I think the stress and the pressure is going to be on Logan Taylor, aka Zenulus, because we got to turn this ship around. Maelstrom, like I said, they're one of the flagship organizations in our league and in our community. And to have this record not replicate what they're truly capable of, I think it's something that Zenulus is going to want to turn around right now, right here, as the players should be getting ready. So this is going to be another action-packed, star-studded match for you guys. The Flower Farm out here representing themselves very well. You can't throw a rock without hitting 15 Flower Farm associates, man. It's really cool to see them at these events. They show up and they show out and they convert and they do very well, playing a lot of Amethyst strategies. So I'm glad to see them in the ICL being represented here. And maybe they can take down Maelstrom and keep them in that non-win column.
Yeah, absolutely. It's great to see Flower Farm representing. It seems like their numbers grow bigger every day. I think that Discord's got like thousands of people at this point, but we're jamming right into the games. We're seeing Zenulus on an Amethyst Steel and seeing that Happy come down. Interesting for that 1-drop slot. Sometimes it's Diablo, sometimes it's Happy. On the other side, wow. So this looks like it's going to be Amethyst Steel versus Emerald Sapphire. Tell me about this matchup. What are you expecting to see here?
In this matchup, honestly, I know I'm on an island alone, but I personally like the Emerald and Sapphire in this matchup. I think that they can get to that undersea. They can get to that heads held high. They have these really massive stats that Amethyst Steel typically will struggle with in time. So it's going to be on Zenulus to try to get under this deck and try not to play into a potential under the sea. The heads held high undersea combo is very, very effective against this deck. Maybe Zenulus is playing cards like Pete's Games Referee to be able to break up some of those songs, but if you get that Clarabelle in early on that shift and you can't disrupt that shift line, you're going to be in trouble here if you're Zenulus. But I'm certain he knows his matchup very well. Is that your experience? What do you usually see when you see this green and blue versus this purple and gray?
You know, I think Jeremy Bertioni, Mox Jeremy, as some other people know him, who does the space, he was saying that what he's heard is that, in this matchup, Emerald Sapphire players always feel like they are not favored. And then same thing, if you ask a Amethyst Steel player, they say they're not favored. So I really think it's everybody's feeling bad, and one of them just kind of comes out on top. One thing I will say, though, we see this Raja on the board. Obviously, David's side of the board, we got that ramp. We're doing everything we want to do. Seeing this Raja version might indicate we have a couple of illusions with the amount of actions that we have in this Emerald Sapphire deck. I wonder if we might actually be able to come out ahead here just on that alone.
That could be a very, very fair point, as Zenless is going to bring out that Tinkerbell Fast Flyer. We saw Frank Carson using that to great effect in the DLC in Milwaukee. So maybe you change the swag a little bit, as Zenless typically has been playing Sapphire Amethyst virtually. This is already said, I've been following his career quite closely and seeing him switch to Amethyst Steel. Maybe that's something what the team needed, or maybe that might be indicating of what they have coming up in the future matches. But maybe just putting in this spot. I know he's a very versatile player, but now this Clarabelle Contented Wallflower is coming in, and now you're threatening that shift, and you really don't. I guess you do have the capability to play a character in Sync Strength. It's got to go. These shifts have to go, Willow.
Yeah, absolutely. The shifts definitely have to go. I think one thing that Xennialist is going to be happy to see here is that there's not two Clarabelles, right? Because typically that Emerald Sapphire player wants to have that 1-drop Clarabelle followed up with this 3-drop Clarabelle. So that way, even if you can, like you said, sing strength on one, there's still another one for that shift target. So we, in this case, though, yeah, we don't have another one, right? So we're going to be able to get rid of that Clarabelle. There's not going to be that threat of the shift next turn, and we're just going to be able to quest out, right? We're feeling good with this Raja. Tipo's not going to be really able to do anything to it. So maybe on David's side, hopefully this was a bluff. We get him to use that strength and we don't actually have the Clarabelle in hand.
That could be a very fair point. And also, you are opening yourself up to a potential Baymax shift line, but that's not nearly as effective. So interesting situation that we have here, as you're also now threatening a Tinkerbell shift line coming back in. Maybe that card isn't the best in this matchup either. So a nice little back and forth. You have done your dewest of diligence to keep that Clarabelle off your case and out of your face for a little while. As Tipo is gearing up for a quest, it looks like. Maybe setting some bait. What do you think of that quest?
That is definitely interesting. Yeah, I mean,
there it is.
We were doing a lot of ramping, so we're gonna play that You're Welcome. It looks like we're gonna play it on our own Tipo. I mean, obviously, it's great to draw cards. I don't know that this is what David's really looking to do here, especially when we're seeing just the sheer amount of lore on the other side of the board. I worry that this might be a little too slow, but hopefully because of how much ramping we were able to do with multiple sales, I believe, in that discard pile, maybe we can make something happen with these cards that we're going to draw here.
Hopefully. And what you do have a 2-quester on board on Logan's side, but the lore total hasn't usurped that 10 amount. Usually when it gets beyond 10, that's when I start to be concerned in this matchup. But you can tell they're really selling this Clarabelle shift line, because had you had that Clarabelle and then you drop that You're Welcome, then we're playing a completely different game. So Zen was recognizing that, being able to engage with that shift line. And that's the big downside about this blue-green deck in this meta. It's very telegraphable. And look at the scar. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, we see that scar come down. That is definitely showing us that we are playing Frank Carson's winning list of DLC Milwaukee. This scar is going to give +1 to all of our characters, and also it is going to able to draw us cards equal to the amount of strength that one of our allied characters have. So that's going to be really good. If we cannot answer this right now by David, we are going to be feeling really good and potentially drawing like 4 cards, something crazy like that.
Absolutely. I think that's a very fair point, and it will kind of increase their strength enough to make those under the sea plays a little bit more difficult. Granted, you still can hit the Tinkerbell. You can hit the, you can still, if you head so high, you still can get pretty much everything, but it will just make it a little bit awkward, as this John Silver is going to come on through. Better late than never. He's on the board, giving someone reckless. I'm not sure who got hit with that effect. Possibly the Scar.
Yeah, possibly the Scar. I think this is nice. It's good to see, like you said, better late than never on this John Silver. I worry though if it is too late, especially considering we haven't really mentioned it, but the amount of actions that we've seen hit the Inkwell. I believe we saw at least 2 stop chaos in his tracks, and some of these decks are only running 2 or 3, right? And then we saw an Under the Sea, excuse me, already in that discard. I'm worried that we're not going to have the follow-up that we need here.
Right. I don't know if you're still playing Baymax. I know that is a card that was favored early on in the set and fell out of favor rapidly, but just based on his uninkability. But maybe you can get to that Baymax now, shift it onto the Tipo, and then you can start to engage with some of these characters just to get some bodies off the board, because this is the perfect game plan for the Amethyst Steel player, as Zenless is going to take the initiative here and just draw 4 cards, discard 2 with the Scar. What do you think about that? Giving up a little bit of board presence, but for some card advantage.
It feels great. Like, I think at this point, giving up board presence, it's not even really, right? Because the sheer amount of cards that we're able to draw, and we still have 4 bodies on the board, and one of them being that Scar, right? Which is so threatening. Yeah, discarding something like a Calhoun, we don't even need that right now. With Dumbo, we only have 1 evasive on board that we really want to be questing for 2 anyways, and we've just drawn so many cards. I think Zenulus is feeling great, right? Like, I really don't think you mind sacking that body just to kind of get that card draw. It's really going to fall on David to find his answers and find them quickly.
And I believe that Genie may have been reckless as well. That could have been why he elected to do that. Or maybe it was a Scar. I'm not sure which character was reckless, as we are going to bring that Hades the Infernal Schemer in, and Hades is going to send somebody to the Inkwell. I missed who went. I see Scars in the discard pile, and I see I believe the other character that was there is down in Inkwell now, leaving with 2 Rajas.
Potentially the Tinkerbell there.
The Tinkerbell Fast Flyers now in the Inkwell. Okay, so now this board looks a little bit better here, as David C has kind of stabilized a little bit. Maybe if you are playing heads held high and blast these illusions, you're right back in this thing, Willow.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's got a lot of ink, and then like you said, these illusions are very fragile. With vanish keywords on them, it's going to allow them to get removed very easily. I like this Elsa coming down, but it's not really like, she's a card that's good on her own, but she's not doing too much, right? That Hades is still going to be able to stay, potentially able to sing some things if we are able to get another body on the board. So what we've done is we've stopped an Under the Sea, but the Under the Sea would have only hit our Elsa anyways, right? So I don't know that David's feeling too good right now.
No, he can't be. Just having that evasive threat on board. You have these 2 Rajas, which will kind of line up nicely with this Genie, but the Basil is going to be deployed to the field of play. We're bouncing the Elsa back to hand and clearing one of these Rajas. That's got to feel, again, that's got to be a plus for Zenulus now, as this Raja could trade into this Infernal Schemer, leaving the Basil alone and unafraid by himself, or you can send the Elsa and Raja into the Basil to kind of protect your hand a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely an interesting play. I can't tell exactly how many cards Zenulus has in hand, but I would imagine his hand is still pretty healthy. So I think, especially considering the lore count, David's probably feeling that pressure to just start dealing with the board in front of him and taking it day by day. So it's like, look, yes, I've bounced this Elsa back to hand, but I'm just going to hope that, you're not going to put her down, because you're not really getting a favorable trade in that way.
And you bring out the threatening, super problematic Genie in this spot. Questing for 2 is the last thing that David wants to see, as the board can get a little bit wider. I would like to see Zenulus add another character to the board here and now. You are kind of playing into the heads held high Under the Sea combo, but you kind of do what you have to do in the spot, as the Giant Cobra is going to come on through as well. Are you paying for it? You got to pay to play here. Yeah, you do.
You definitely got to do it. I mean, just because at this point, this deck, right, this is what Amethyst wants to do. Taking up that Hades, getting it off the board, trading it with the Raja for good measure. But now, we've got a lot of lore on board, or a decent amount of lore on board. We're at 15, right? So if any of these characters get to quest, we're kind of in that Cobra, White Rose range, where we can kind of start ripping these cards off the top to kind of push us over the edge. We only need some cards to stay for a little bit longer. So interested to see. Looks like this Basil's going to quest, hopefully discard a card. I believe we had 3 in hand, or it looks like 2 maybe. So hopefully we get rid of a Rose or something like that.
I would like a character that quests for 2, White Rose or Cobra for me, Alex. Let's see. Anybody that quests for 2. Or okay, I'll take the Dumbo. We'll take the Dumbo.
Yeah, we're gonna take that, because it's gonna allow Logan here to draw back up with this evasive character, or even just draw off of itself. Although, oh man, following it up with the Clarabelle, we're gonna get to draw 1 card, but it would have been nice to have those 2 cards. But I guess you don't want to take the risk, right?
Right. It's like you said, Willow Bees, at this phase of the game, just every single card that Amethyst steal is just so high impact. As we are going to play Hypnotic Strength, just drawing another card, you got to keep them off of characters at this point. And the Cobras and the White Rose just become so huge for you. So just taking a card out of their hand, drawing one with Clarabelle. I don't hate that decision from David C. I know it was a painful choice to go through, as the Jafar is going to come on through Aspiring Ruler, I believe.
Yes, and this Genie is just going to swing for $1 million here if we keep buffing it up with between the Hypnotic, and now we've got that. But yeah, I think this is totally right. I think just questing it out. We're now at 18 lore. Obviously, we are threatening the story to finish and unfold. And now the onus is on David to answer this evasive character, this Cobra, and then also this readied Jafar, which costs
Yeah.
for 2.
Which is going to be extremely difficult as we just cannot get it done. And the cards will get neatly piled up, reshuffled going into game number 2 as Logan, Zenulus, Taylor is going to come on out, do what you need to do, win these games on the play, and hope for better days. But now we got a new game because the colors have been exposed. You know what your opponent's trying to do. You see some of their tech cards, and now the decision with your ultra becomes a little bit more clear. So if Logan wants to go 2 for 2, get that 2-0 win, what does he need to do in this situation, Willow, in your opinion?
I mean, I think definitely you have to be ready to respect and get rid of those Clarabelles. You have to have a game plan. That's something that you're going to be looking for in your altar, right? If David is going to throw down a Clarabelle on turn 1, a Clarabelle on maybe even turn 2, or a Clarabelle on turn 3, right? Having multiple Clarabelles basically is what I'm saying. We know that David wants to see at least 2 Clarabelles on the board so that when it's Logan's turn to sing that strength, he is only able to remove 1. So maybe, are we playing Fire the Cannons? Can we look for that in our altar? How hard are we digging for cards like Strength, like Fire the Cannons, to be ready to answer those Clarabelles? And also being mindful of our hand size. Something like a Yzma is actually going to be great against this deck because it's kind of hard for them to remove it sometimes, and it's going to draw us back up. So it allows us to keep our hand low while also drawing back up to just enough to be able to ink, play, and get it back down again. So I'm interested to see how many we're going to throw back in this altar now that we know, like you said, what we're playing and what we're up against.
And I think you absolutely nailed it, Willow Bees. But David's got to ride or die on these, or ride or be banished on these shift lines. You got to shift something big soon. Clarabelle, this is just why this deck, in my opinion, fell out of favorability in the meta. When it came out early on, it was one of the top decks in the meta. And close towards the end of this Fable meta, which we are at the bitter end. This is the Willow Bees, this is the last game of Fabled I'm covering. Okay, I'm done. We're done. This is it. We're done with Fabled. Okay, we've moved on. We're in the wells. It's over. No, I'm kidding. But it fell out because it's very telegraphable. So if I'm David, I'm looking for those Clarabelle shift lines. Like you said, we need multiple. We need to be shifting somebody. I'm even shifting Baymax. I'm shifting whoever I can to get those big bodies into the field of play sooner than later. And then
when
you can start to disrupt.
David here throw back 2 cards. Sorry to interrupt you. No. It tells me that he found his pieces that he's looking for, right? Like he must have already had ramp, right? And maybe he's throwing back, maybe just 2 uninkables to try to get some inkables. Right, but to me, that's telegraphing that he's got what he's needed. He got what he needed, and he's ready to come to bat here. I didn't get to see how many Logan threw back, but we could have a game on our hands.
I would love to see that. I like it when the Illumineers alter very light and ensures that they both have a good game plan lined up. We didn't even mention that David does need to ramp on too. That is another very critical component of what the strategy is trying to do. So clearly he's got ramp. Maybe he's got a 1-class Clarabelle. Maybe he got a 1 and a 3. You can save those for a little bit later as like maybe a 4-turn play 1 Clarabelle, play 1 Clarabelle, and hope that they both can't get disrupted. But I think that's kind of where you are in this matchup. If you can get that shift to get in early and then you're able to draw a ton of cards, you're going to be on your way as we get the Bobby Zemaruski. Stop casting his track is down early again. That's a pretty great card in this matchup too.
Yeah, it is a really great card in this matchup because we have, we're seeing that Basil go into the discard. It's a great card in this matchup because of those Vanish characters that we have, allowing you to target things like that Cobra, target things like that Raja, which this particular build of Amethyst Steel is going to have. So we see that Dumbo hitting the Inkwell early. Fair enough. Not really something that you want to necessarily play right on curve. But in this matchup might be a little bit better than the Genie, obviously, because of that willpower. Throwing down that Diablo, I mean, at the very least, it's card draw, and it's a 1-drop, so we're going to get to put the pressure on early.
And he's a body, like he's just a character to be on the board to help support your Strength of Raging Fire, to help nuke your Clarabelle Contented Wallflower if you can get to it in time as you are on the draw. I don't know how the math lines up if you're able to sing Strength before they're able to shift, but just having as many bodies on board will help you if you can get to that 3, or maybe you can just play 2 characters on the second turn and then just manually play the Strength of Raging Fire on your 3rd turn sometime.
Yeah, absolutely. And depending on how many 1-drops you have, sometimes you can also just kind of jam that 1-drop, and then with the rest of your ink hard play, that Strength of a Raging Fire. I love to see this ramp from David, specifically with Sail the Azurite Sea, giving him something that Tipo can't, allowing him to ramp, but also play out that 1-drop. So now we have that Clarabelle, and it's going to be up to him to play 1 more next turn, so we have that 2, like I was talking about.
And we didn't disrupt the Clarabelle just yet. So that's a huge sigh of relief from David now, who has the initiative, a little bit of the momentum. Now, if you can get a second Clarabelle now, is there a line that you can find that we can get rid of both of these things? And we are going to sell the Azurite Sea again, really solidifying our Clarabelle shift line. If you can expire a ton of your hand here, accelerate your Inkwell, play another Clarabelle, it's going to be very difficult for Logan to recover from that spot. So let's see if David can find it.
Yeah, absolutely. We definitely want to see David inking twice, right? One for turn and one for sale, and then using both of those to play that Clarabelle. We don't do that, but even though we're playing Vision of the Future here, I actually don't hate this, only because this is going to enable us to find our shift line. What worries me about this play, if we don't have the Clarabelle in hand potentially, what worries me about this play is now we only have one Clarabelle. So if Zenulus wanted, instead of playing, a character, he could just hard play a strength, right? Ink hard play that strength to get rid of that Clarabelle, which sure, it's maybe not the best use of his turn, but if it's stopping a shift line, it might actually be quite good.
Yeah, and this is an all in. It's like you're all in unless literally your last, you can ink one card again from the Sell the Azurite Sea, play another Clarabelle, and your last card is literally shift Clarabelle. You are all in on this play. And I like it. You're blade running. And we're gambling, baby. I love rolling the dice. We're gonna pass too, baby. Let's go. Come on. This is question, huh?
Yeah, let's see it. This is exciting. I'm watching with bated breath here. I want to see if we are going to ink a card and throw down that Strength of a Raging Fire to show disrespect. No,
we're gonna keep the party train rolling.
And this is interesting to me that because we hadn't quested that Diablo, we had the Calhoun, to follow up and trade back potentially that Cheese Whiz Kid if that Bobby Zimmerowski wanted to challenge. Because we didn't, like you said, it's kind of telegraphing to me that we have the strength in hand, but maybe it was a bluff, right? And now we aren't able to play it, so we're just getting a Singer on board, so that way we can, at the very least, try to follow up if we see a Clarabelle.
Maybe you didn't have the strength, because I'm telling you, if you did, you wouldn't run the risk and leave that Clarabelle floating like that. You get that Clarabelle out of there and just take it down and play another card next turn or something like that. But now look how slow David is on the approach here. Maybe David doesn't have it either, and both of these Illumineers are just bluffing each other down. I love it. They always have it, and neither one of them have it. That's crazy. What a crazy game.
They don't, right? Oh, there's no way this is an ink and pass. That is crazy. I mean, I don't know how many cards. It looks 5.
Because you inked the Donald. I mean, the Donald was a great 5-cost play if you had it. So it looks like the Donald Duck's going down to Inkwell.
I mean, it could be double Under the Sea or something in hand. Maybe Under the Sea to Hades in the hand. Because if we're inking and passing, I mean, that's definitely not what we want to be doing. We're keeping this Clarabelle standing straight up, obviously, because what else can we do? But you know what? It's like you said, they're acting like they both have it. Neither of them have it, because Logan Taylor is also taking his time playing out this turn. So
they both don't got it. What are the chances? Listen, Willowbees, this whole entire set, they always have it. Has been something they both don't have it. And this is the first time in my entire life I've never seen them not have it. And it's good. I think it's better. It really rekindled my faith in society, in the world, okay? Because sometimes they don't have it, and clearly they both don't have it, which is great.
Yeah, I mean, I see now he kind of fanned it out a little bit. It looks like David had 3 cards in hand. He's gone up to 4. With 3 other cards in hand, to me, they have to all be uninkable. There's no way he didn't play anything, right? So, and he's not slamming anything down. So it looks like this game is going to be a little back and forth. We saw Zenulus kind of hesitate to quest that Diablo. It could have been because, hey, if he top decks that shift line, now he can, use Bobby, put an extra card into his hand, or into my hand if I'm Zenulus, and then draw even more off the Clarabelle. But I mean, we've got 4 cards in hand and nothing's kind of coming quickly. So I wonder what kind of cards David could be sitting on here other than the uninkables.
Yeah, David has to be mega bricked. Just based on that ink decision last time, he inked the 5-cost Donald on 5 ink. So clearly you do not have another inkable card, because you just would have played the Donald in that position. As now Clarabelle is going to be forced to engage in fisticuffs here, hitting the Diablo. You do have that shift Baymax, and Baymax now can engage with the White Rose, and you're just having to pretty much give up this Clarabelle, and that has to feel super bad. It is really telling a story about your hand.
Yeah, it's definitely not feeling great. I think the unfortunate thing about this Baymax, at first I was like, oh, this is interesting turning sideways, because we would have been able to sing, right? This Baymax enables us to sing, but it actually doesn't, because we're only at 7. right?
Yeah.
So we're not at that magic number 8 to be able to sing that Under the Sea. So it depends on what we're going to do. I would imagine this Calhoun is going to take that Clarabelle, so we keep it on the board. We gain that 2 strength. We might end up giving up one of our Rajas here for that Baymax. But yeah, I mean, I don't think we're really too upset about that. And yeah, we get to take this Clarabelle with the Calhoun and gain 2 lore, and hopefully just kind of deploy more bodies to the board is what we want to do here.
Yeah, and even if he could sing Under the Sea, it was just it would have been thwarted because he has so many of all of his characters had 3 at that time. So even like that, it just seems super bad for David here in this spot. And I do feel bad. It's this Yzma that we spoke about earlier. It's going to be on the board now. This is a very problematic Yzma here because as Xenia's hand also seems like it doesn't have a lot of activity to it, this Yzma could potentially help that situation in this spot as David now is hard stuck at 5 ink without a plan in the world. T-Po's a great choice here.
Yeah, T-Po, we love to put that into the inkwell, but not when we are not able to follow it up with something. David here having 3 turns of not really able to do much. I mean, we saw him ink and pass and then not ink at all, play that Baymax, and now we're inking and passing again. Obviously, next turn we can hopefully ink to 7, get that magical number for the Hades, but I mean, on Logan Taylor's side of the board, we're zooming. Right?
Yeah,
we're just getting our lore high enough to where we can kind of just play those instant lore game and close out here.
At this point, you got to have ink and 7 to even stand a chance. And it's just a very unfortunate situation. Taking nothing away from Logan, who is absolutely doing exactly what you need to do. And there it is. The head's held high is down in the inkwell, and the Infernal Schemer has been deployed, leaving Tinkerbell, Calhoun, and Raja.
So I'm curious, do you think this is too late, right? Like we're at 10, we're questing to at least 14 here. Now he's gotten to 7 ink, but oh man, I mean, things like the Cobra in hand. Do you think it's just going to be a little too late to get to the ink there?
Yeah, that doc just answered that question for me. Like if Xenia's had taken another slow turn there and not Cobra discard into doc draw 2, I would have said maybe there's a chance. Yeah. But depending on what the hand contents are for David, maybe we have just 4 Hades in hand, and maybe you can get there soon enough as Hades can send the Tinkerbell, Hades can challenge the Raja. Maybe there is a play there. No, it's not. I just think it's too long in the tooth. You took too many turns off, and that's just a very unfortunate thing. But maybe David disagrees, and he can turn this thing around.
Yeah, I mean, you're not out until you're out, right? So we've still got 5 more lore to work with here. This deck plays a lot of different combo pieces. It's possible maybe we'll have enough ink to do something magical. And that's what Lorcana is all about, that Disney magic. So we're going to need some of that Disney magic to help us out of this bind here.
Well, hold up. There is a line. There is a line. I mean, we do have access to, I mean, unless Xenia slams a Pete. Well, he has no ink to play the Pete. You can have a heads held high Under the Sea. Hades sings the heads held high. You play the Under the Sea if you ink, I think, and that'll clear the entire board, I believe. And that'll at least slow him down enough, as it looks like the Infernal Schemer scheming and dreaming, looking like he's gearing up for a challenge. No, he's singing.
Okay.
Hold up.
Okay.
Hold up.
Could it
Hold up. We're clearing both of those illusions for sure. Hold the phone. Okay. Now if we got some ink, you got to ink a card, hard play the Under the Sea, and you are so back. Oh, you didn't do it.
Okay, so we didn't get to do the Wombo combo, but we have stalled from seeing this story complete on this board here, right? So now this Calhoun, presumably, depending on what we have, is only going to be able to get 1 lore, so we're only going up to 18, right? Even if the Calhoun could challenge something, we're only going up to 19. So we've bought ourselves a turn.
But Xenia's is not slowing down at all. It's just continuing to apply the pressure over and over and over again. It's just like, nope, you're going to go down. It's time for you to go down. My time is now, as we do got double Under the Sea. And that is going to be a GG as Xenia's Logan Taylor gets it done in a 2-0
Congratulations to Team Maelstrom.
That's a good way to turn it around. Your guy gets 2-0'd and you come back at it again with your own 2-0 and just really reignite the fires of competition. And we got an all important game number 3. Woo! What more could you ask for here in the ICL on a Wednesday? Let's get it. All right, so
my sales.
I'm gonna get in here. I'm hopping Hades.
In.
Oh no.
Yep.
That was a good one.
Not the joys of sales finding the uninkables that you want to find later.
Gentlemen, Greetings and salutations to you both, David and Xenulus. Well played to each of you gentlemen, and that was a fantastic match to watch and observe. So, Xenulus, you got this thing done in a 2-0 fashion. Congratulations to you for winning one for the squad. But I noticed you're playing a steel card in your deck. You haven't been playing Amethyst and Sapphire all set, and now you roll into the ICL with Amethyst and Steel. Thoughts? What is that all about?
I mean, so for the longest time, I want to say it was after like maybe the third week of playing Blurple. I think it was after the Denver CCQ. I just ran into so many things that were so hard for Blurple to deal with, like Emerald Sapphire, Amber Steel. So I wanted to try something different. So for the next 3 weeks after that, I was jamming Amethyst Steel. I took it to pretty much every single set champs I went to. And it was it was my front runner going into Milwaukee. But there was just a little piece of me that was like, you're going to inevitably run into the Blurples that are going to be the majority of the room and later in the bracket. And that's what made me pivot to Blurple. But I still really, really love the ink combination.
Okay. And speaking of the ink combination, speaking of the meta, speaking of this matchup in particular, we were having a conversation before the match started, and I was like, I think blue-green has some lines. I think if this goes well, blue-green can kind of be favored. But Willowbees was saying she thinks that Amethyst and Steel, or whoever, everyone thinks they're unfavored. How do you feel this matchup usually goes for the Amethyst and Steel player versus the Emerald and Sapphire?
I think it's unfavored. Personally, if they find their early lines of Clarabelle, ramp, shift Clarabelle, sing your welcome, there's not really a whole lot that I can do to come back. I just kind of have to play my curve, hope I find strength, and I'm able to disrupt them enough to keep going. Honestly, it gets really hard because once you hit their big turns of dropping Hades or Robin Hood or John Silver, they're just dropping bodies that you can't consistently combat with. So if you haven't gained enough lore at that point in the game, they just turn the corner so fast on you.
Yeah. And I think we did notice that, and it just did not happen this time. But Willowbees, you were there. You saw what happened. Any questions you have for Xenulus? I know I can hog these interviews, and I don't want to do that. We got Willowbees who's in the building right now, holding it down. So
absolutely, no, thank you, congratulations, of course, Xenulus, for the win there. Again, like JDZ pointed out at the end, it was kind of a brick situation for Team Maelstrom last time. Now we see the brick situation for here. One thing I want to note, though, obviously it's feeling good when your opponent is doing things like inking and passing, right? Like we saw in that last game. But how are you still respecting, like we saw, there was a potential there for the heads held high to be sung by the Hades and then to ink and kind of play that under the sea. Obviously, we didn't end up having the ink, but like, what are you still thinking about? What's that balance between I want to race, I want to get ahead, but also I don't want to only rely on a brick because one top deck can potentially get my opponent out of this? Are you just kind of all gassing, no brakes, or are you kind of worried about what should I hold back? When should I engage?
I mean, for sure, that turn, the cards I drew off the dock, I had enough ink to play more of my hand out. But if he had heads held high under the sea, then all I had were those two resources. So that was a turn where I chose to hold back resources, basically forcing him to have it, and just giving myself a chance to gain a little bit more lore and rely on my top decks after that. Once you hit that mid to late game against Emerald Sapphire, if they have it, it's like I said, it's really, really difficult to turn the corner because they just all of a sudden have 6 to 8 lore on board, and you're just kind of floundering in the wings with your 1/3s being like, please don't have another under the sea because then my life is over.
Yeah, that is. But you did bring up a great point, and I'm gonna bring David in because David, unfortunately, we saw what happened in that game 2 specifically, and it was pretty hard to see there. But game number 1, there was some gamesmanship there. He broke up your shift line, and the game kind of went into Xenulus's favor. But I want to talk to you from your perspective. Were in that game number 2 specifically, did you not? You just didn't have it. Like what went wrong there in that game number 2?
I actually had a really good opening hand. I had 2 sales. I had, Bobby and Clarabelle. I didn't have any uninkables, so I felt like going in, I was going to have I saw my opening draw. I'm like, well, I'm going to win this game for sure. But then off the sales, we saw back-to-back Hades, and then we saw, I tried divisions there just for some kind of ramp, which I picked up my Donald, but then I drew into another uninkable. I think I'm only running 9, so
Oh wow.
to see all of them so early was just an unfortunate, an unfortunate thing. But if I was able to get that Donald down, I think I would have had a pretty good chance to come back with the 2 Hades in my hand. But unfortunately, Baymax and another Under the Sea is not what we're looking for there.
Absolutely. That is a pain. It was
Yeah.
a painful situation. It was hard to watch there for a moment. Just the ink pass. Ink pass is always an indicator that something has gone significantly wrong. But typically, in your experience, when you're playing this blue green versus this amethyst and steel, how does that usually go for you? What are some of the lines that you're looking for? I know people are watching this. They can learn as we are kind of done with this meta, but there's still things to take away from that. What are some of the lines you're looking for to have the most success against amethyst steel?
Yeah, absolutely. So a good buddy of mine, a local Joseph Quigley, he's kind of the godfather of this deck. He's been a green blue guy for a long time. So I'll bounce ideas off him. But what you're looking for there is you want the Clarabelle on 1, you want to sail or Tipo on 2, and then hopefully you can sail and then play your Clarabelle 3 on turn 3 there, which will give you the 2 Clarabelles. And then if you can shift and you're welcome something with the big Clarabelle, I mean, that's kind of exactly where you want to be. Which when you get that, you kind of just win the game. So that's kind of the neat thing about this deck, where it's very, very hard for a deck to come back. When you refill your hand with Clarabelle 7. It's just too bad this one didn't go my way today.
For
Yeah,
sure.
absolutely. I mean, we could all see what happened there, right? Definitely not for lack of knowledge of the deck, right? We could see that you, like you said, you had that good opener in that second game. You knew what you were trying to do, and it just kind of didn't pan out. I'm curious about maybe your mulligan. Like you said, that game 2, I think you only threw back through 2 cards, so you knew that you had an opener that you liked. Is it something where you think coming down to those altars where that kind of made or break what you drew in the late game, or do you think it's something where maybe it was some ink decisions, or do you think really it was just kind of luck of the draw, and regardless of how many you altered back, whether you had kept those 2 or thrown them back, it wouldn't have really changed anything?
Yeah, so all I was looking for in my mulligan there was Clarabelle 3 or a 4 drop, so something like a Donald 4. I actually threw away Chaos and a Basil, and I actually drew Chaos and a Basil off my mulligan. So honestly, I was just trying to find one of those, and I had no uninkables, so the hand looked great. But you know what? That's the way she goes sometimes, and you're going to take your lumps with playing a aggressive curve, going with the double ramp on 3 there. So.
Okay.
Yeah,
It does.
absolutely.
Again, it does happen. Taking nothing away from both of you gentlemen. I still thought the game was very fine to watch. Seeing both of you not have the optimal lines, kind of, it's all those are for me as an observer. It makes for better games to watch because both of you guys didn't have those optimal plays, and you had to kind of try to play through it. But as we're getting done with Fable, I just want to kick it to you guys one more time as we talk. What are you guys looking for going into the next set? We'll start with you, David, and then we'll kick it on over to Logan before we wrap it up and get on into game number 3.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see some of the decks that get put together here. I think Blue Steel's got a really good chance. I think Green Blue with the new Webby shift line has some really nice lines that you could play. That will be able to catch up to those other blue decks quite quickly. And I still think you're going to see your Amber Steels of the world, Skies style deck where maybe you add in like the new 1/2 that can steal a card out of your opponent's hand there. So I think there's definitely at least 3 really, really good decks, and then a whole lot of like tier 1.5 stuff that I think next DLC you're gonna see some really interesting brews. Really excited to see what people come up with.
Absolutely. I agree. What about you, Mr. Zenulus?
Brother, when I tell you I am so ready for Friday, when I tell you Whispers is redefining Lorcana as we know it, I mean, I just don't think I'm kidding. The stat lines on character cost is changing. The amount you pay for removal is changing. I think there are a lot of solid I just think there are a lot of solid picks. I think like in our early days of testing, all weekend, I think I got in probably 14 to 16 hours of just straight playing
Oh my goodness.
Whispers with proxies. I think there are anywhere from 7 to 9 relevant decks that you're going to have to learn the matchups for, and they're only going to be innovated on and going to just progress as the weeks go on. I can't be more excited.
Let's get it. Let's get it. That makes for all of us. You know, I'm excited. You guys are excited. I know Willow's Bees excited. We're all excited.
Oh yeah.
But gentlemen, we do have a game 3 to go to, an all important game 3 because it's 1v1. And as tradition here in ICL, we like to send this thing with some shout outs. So we kick it to you, Dave, one more time. Then we kick it over to our winner, Logan, and then we'll get on into that game number 3. So any shout outs for you, David? Take it away.
Yeah, I mean, big shout out to Flower Farm, of course. JDRR puts on a wonderful community, and I know there's a ton of people a part of it. You know, guys like Sailor, who I think is playing in the next game, who's going to have a great matchup against Aaron, who I want to shout out as well because he deserves his top 32. He trained extremely hard, so shout out to those guys. Shout out to Joseph Quigley for putting Green Blue on the map, and looking forward to set 10.
Let's get it. Let's get
Awesome.
it. Let's get it. All right, go ahead, Logan. You got it, and the floor is yours. Winning your match, forcing a game number 3. The floor is yours.
Yeah, as usual, shout out to my family in Maelstrom. I wouldn't be where I am without them. Shout out to our team captain, Sailor. Again, he pushes us every week with decks that he's innovating on. If anybody wants to come and see what we're up to on the daily, you can come to the Maelstrom Discord. We play webcam games. We're starting to possibly innovate in-house tournaments for things like that, all paper webcam things, just so we can get more reps on just physically playing the cards. I think that's very important for especially newer TCG players to physically handle the cards and be in as many tournament environments as possible. So we want to try to give that and be more accessible to maybe people who don't have the time to go to League all the time, or might not have the best or just the most vibrant local community and have to drive a long while to get to the local stores. We just want to try to be something that can be a help to anybody.
Nice. Community service. Community starts at home, and we really do appreciate that, Zenulus. But congratulations to you, David. You guys didn't get it done this time, but I'm sure you'll be back stronger than ever next time. And we're going to let you guys go so we can hop on in to the all-important game number 3. Gentlemen, we wish you the best of luck.
Hey.
Marbles. Unfortunately, JDZ, I am leaving you on this one, but I will be watching the stream at home. I mean, it's going to be great, and hopefully. All right, so hopefully everybody actually gets to play their game. You know, I want to see a game 1 and then a game 2 and a game 3. No more 2-0s. Let's go down to the wire here.
I love a game 3 of a game 3, but we got the all important match number 3, and I think I heard correctly that Sailor is going to be holding it down in the anchor position, trying to bring it home for the squad. Love to see that. It's going to be a phenomenal matchup. And Willow, thank you. I keep calling you Willow. Okay, I'm gonna put the Willow Bees on there.
That's great.
Can I go Willow? I love that film. Okay, Willow. I enjoy that movie, and I really do appreciate you coming through and sharing your voice and time. Again, I can't thank you enough for that. The ICL means a lot. You have participated in the ICL before, and I'd love to have you keep coming back whenever you can and show up because it was a really good time.
Yeah, absolutely. No, JDZ, I don't think we've had the pleasure of casting together. Like Color and I mentioned, we were able to get one in before this. So it was great to be in the booth with her again, but always a pleasure. I think you're great. Congratulations on all your success professionally, Ravensburger wise as well. So sharing the booth with you, there's a lot to learn, but this has been such a treat. ICL, I love what you guys are doing. Love all of the hype, bringing the hype to these Lorcana teams, showing off the talent that we have in this community. It's no joke. And love to hear what Team Maelstrom is doing for the community. Things like the Flower Farm as well, right? This is what we want. More spaces in person and online to come together, jam those paper games, jam those in-person games, even if it's through webcam. So really a pleasure. Grateful to be here. I will be watching. I will be in the Twitch chat, hoping and praying for both of these teams to come out on top in this all-important game 3, as we've mentioned.
Let's get it. We absolutely love you for it. So feel free to come by anytime. And that is Willow Bees is in the building, holding it down, keeping it locked. But we do have a very, very important match number 3. And if you guys are not up and active for this, oh, Luke, you're going to be in the booth? Luke, you're biased. You're biased. Oh, she's got it. Okay. That's okay. It's okay. Two of Willow's is better than 0 of Willow's. Okay, I'll take as much. She's absolutely phenomenal, for sure. So we need to get her back in the ICL whenever she can. But Luke, you're biased, man, and and that's fine. You can be biased. You can totally be biased. That is okay because. Okay. Luke, mute it. Luke's mute. Luke, you're muted. Luke, you might be muted. Am I muted? Are we muted? Are you muted? You're muted.
I'm muted. I'm muted. They didn't need to hear me. They didn't need to hear me.
Say all that again. No,
I said these very nice things. Let's see. Let's go back. I said Willow was awesome. We want to have her cast more. I do believe I said that.
Okay.
I made a bad joke or two. And then I said, yes, we want Sailor to win. And then I said a bunch of funny things. That's why you were laughing. I was on point. On point, you know.
He was killing it. Okay, he was killing it. You can't recapture that energy. But,
I mean, like Matt Elliott, you know, you're set 5 and 8 Flower Farm and House tournament winner. I don't care. Sailor's got to get this. He's got to get it. You know, bubbling yourself out of top cut of the main event. You know, you're going to bubble yourself out of this game. Consistently changing your deck. Well, hopefully that's going to bite you in the butt now. No, all seriousness, we're gonna hopefully we have a great game. Let's see some good skill expression on both sides. They're both technically in the Flower Farm. Sailor's everywhere. Yeah. He's pretty amazing.
Yeah, Sailor is omnipotent. He is Lorcana. Wherever Lorcana is, he will be there. 12th at DLC in Fort Worth. You know what time it is. 8th at North American Championship 2025. You know what time it is. 11th at the World Championship. You know what time it is. So absolute GOAT. Probably going to be in the Hall of Fame when it's all said and done, just based on his career. He needs to just keep grinding a little bit more to get to that DLC win, which I think he's fully capable of. So I want to see him continue to put the work in over these next couple of seasons. He's one of the hardest working Illumineers we got in the game. So I really appreciate him being a part of this community. And he's got a lot of weight to carry here in this game number 3 because he's playing for the pride of the Maelstrom.
A lot of losses under our team's belt.
So he's going to have to come through strong, and hopefully he can get it done because Sailor does have the skills to do that. Matt Elliott is not going to be denied. He's representing the Flower Farm very well as these Illumineers are ready, loose, and active. And Sailor will be on the draw. Aaron on the play.
Wait, did I put the wrong person's name up? I might have.
You might have.
We might have had the wrong player card up.
That's okay. I mean, it's WILP.
Right. We're going to go back real quick.
There it is.
See, that's why I was talking all that shit on the other player. Because he's not playing.
Okay.
He bubbled out of the game. What happened? But Aaron here, he won 2 1Ks. You know what?
Let's go.
You know what? That's not 12th place at DLC Fort Worth. You know?
That's $2,000 too. I'll take that. That's a
third place at 100 player plus person 5K. That's a lot of effort actually. That's pretty impressive.
I'll take that too. I'll take that too.
0-3 winning in games at DLCs. I feel that. I feel both sides of that. It feels weird. Like I had a whole season last season of failing until the very last DLC, basically. And so like I look back like, oh, I failed too, and they look at you. It's like you won something.
But from what I understand, this Illumineer did achieve a national invite already as they got top 32 in DLC in Milwaukee. Ooh. So they got in this time. The story has closed for Aaron Wilp, who was out here trying to.
The story is closed. Get out of here.
I mean, it's a story. I'm trying, man. I'm trying. Okay, but now we're back at it again. We got our players as Sailor has his face cam on upside down. That's really fun to see. Maybe we can get that rotated as the game goes along so we can see Sailor in his rightful juxtaposed position of correct north to south instead of south to north. It is what it is. It's a bit disorienting, to say the least, but I enjoy it.
Go.
There he is.
Expertly checking it on stream really quickly, fixing it, closing the stream, getting back, getting it out of the way.
And now he's beside. He's over.
He didn't want it in the way of the ink counter, right?
But now I can almost like reach into his soul there. All right. Okay, I gotta grow up. Okay, we're growing up. We're growing up. Okay, I'll grow up.
Oh,
I will.
no,
I
we
will.
lost the player for a second. But they're coming back in.
Look at that. I'm a child. Okay.
Just having fun with the green screen.
Yeah. Okay. Time to grow up. Time to grow up. Time to grow up. All right. So Wilp is just getting his internet connection knocked out. While we're knocking it out, huge shout out to the judges of the ICL. Another wonderful, stellar performance for the judges, holding this thing down, and the staff, everyone behind the scenes, keeping this thing going. Also, the lore bot. Look at this overlay, Luke. Oh my goodness, you kind of went crazy on this thing. It looks so good.
I spent a good half an hour to a couple hours playing with it.
It looks really nice.
Shout out to the Rat for roasting the heck out of me at Worlds for the ICL Season 1 overlay. Brian just like laid it into me. He's like, dude, what are you doing? What are you doing? Like brown? What are you talking about?
Oh, the pink
I was
one?
like, it's autumn. It's autumn. I like change it to like a dark
man.
orange.
Yo, tell the Rat to stop hating, man. That was an instant classic Season 1 vibe, dude. It was a vibe every single time.
He motivated me to update it for the finals last season, and then I've updated it again a few times. And then speaking of Lorebot, we've got, I can see, that's crazy. You can't see it right now. Well, let's see if I can adjust this. Oh, it went away. I almost feel like his power was out or something. Like I could see a lit up keyboard. And in the dark, and that was it.
Oh, so we're just having, you guys are not missing any Lorcana action right now. We're just having some technological indifferences coming in from AWILP, Aaron's POV there. So we're just getting it all sorted out, and then we're going to get this thing underway soon. This is the ICL. This is game number 3. Maelstrom and the Flower Farm. Maelstrom trying to put their first victory on the win column for the season. As Flower Farm, I think, are doing quite well, if I recall correctly. I'm not certain. I need to look up stats.
Sorry, I got distracted. Habibi messaging me when I asked him to, and I foolishly started reading it while I shouldn't be.
Oh, okay. Shout out to Habibi, by the way. Oh, and look at that. We're in red cam now. Okay, that looks that's Whispers in the Well approved there.
See, I could see that keyboard right there lit up a little bit. So I have a feeling maybe the camera is having some issues or something, but otherwise we're in like very spooky mode. It's like horror movie mode.
We're in straight up all Ruby. I don't like that. We need to go ahead and get a nice little reset. We might have to also reset the Lorebot timer as well, just to ensure there's fair play all around. Ensuring the Illumineers can get their duest of diligence, as we're still just trying to sort it out.
That's normally the type of thing that I think they wait till after they to do it before restarting it or figuring it out, but that's normally because the match is already underway. Since that happened right at the beginning, we'll probably restart, but I'm not a judge.
Okay. Aaron's already in Whispers in the Well. Got the Ruby spooky sight with the red lens.
He's in the inkwell.
he just jump scares in. Ah! I'm like, oh no. All right, let's see it. Come on, baby. Come on, little dots. You can work. Fight. Oh. Okay, we got to do webcam, or not webcam, but mail in your moves.
Mail in your moves.
Text your moves. Ink 1, pass.
We're playing chess like it's the 1800s.
Oh man.
Oh man, I just drew the perfect card. Who would have thunk?
Who'd have thought?
I'm so Exodia again in my starting hand. Good game.
What? Oh man, what? Hades, I need Hades to win. Oh, I got Hades. I did. I got it.
Yeah.
Go figure.
I mean, the funny thing is playing with Sky, he has an interesting testing technique, which at first I was just like, this is so lame. And then I'm like, it makes perfect sense. But like, if you don't know the reasons for it, it really seems like he's a poor sport and he's losing or something, because you'll be playing the game and I'll top deck a card that just wins me the game. Basically, it doesn't win the game like, oh, I win the game right now, but it's like, this causes me to win within 2 or 3 turns. and like we both know it, and he's just like, put that on the bottom of your deck and pretend you do something else. And like if you're just watching that, it feels like he's being like kind of a poor sport a little bit or something. But realistically, he's just like, oh yeah, we chop that as a loss. But what happens if you don't draw the perfect card? Like,
Gotcha.
Am I able to win from this point if you don't have everything? And that's like an interesting thing. And like you just watched a game where both players didn't have it, right? And that's honestly the best Lorcana that you can have.
When both players are just kind of playing their most suboptimal draws, and you got to play out of bad hands. When they both get it, it's usually pretty bad when one person gets the good thing and the one person gets the bad thing, which happens quite often. Or when they both get the good thing, those are pretty decent games. But when they're both playing bad cards in suboptimal ways, those are the best. At least for me, those are the best games to watch and
when
play.
you're playing the bad cards in like the best ways possible, where you're like, I've never seen this card be this.
That's what I mean. Like, when they're forced to get a bunch of junk and try to make a nice dish.
It's like they're playing limited with constructed decks, if that makes sense. Like, and that's one of the things I liked about Green Emerald Steel back in the day. Is just like you aggressively mulligan for Diablo, but if you don't hit the Diablo, the rest of the deck's just all fun good cards, and it's like, oh, I get to play a weird game. Like, I don't just win. Like, I do that, and that's one of the reasons I'm not as big of a fan is when both players have the best hands. That if that's a good thing, that means the format's amazing. And that's good. But if you have a format like I might say right now that's a little shaky, there is some skill expression, minor, and the main issue with this format is it's incredibly polarizing.
Right.
And so then it's not as good. Obviously, because even if you both have your best hands, it doesn't matter if they have the God opening. You lose no matter. Like, there's nothing you can do. You can make it look like you would be able to stop them if they didn't have it all, but if they have it all, it's not there.
You're just sitting there.
I'm sorry, YouTube chat. I'm not as good as a caster as Willow. I'm sorry. Even the cameras are revolting. They're like, if we don't have Willow cast in our game, we're just not even going to work.
We're done. We're out of here. We're cooked. I think that's what Aaron is saying. Aaron is in protest. I don't think they want either of us. We just want more Willow. Okay, less of us and this game. And I think that's where we're at right now. So hopefully we can get this done, because this is going to be a fire matchup, and we need to get this to happen. I think Aaron probably needs
one of them's playing.
you don't know what anybody's playing?
I only know what Sailor's playing. I don't know what Aaron's playing.
Don't dox Sailor's deck. Hopefully Sailor's coming out here and playing some goo,
did you hear the interviews? Last Round Flower Farm said that Sailor had a good matchup. So they're projecting they know what Sailor's playing and that it's going to be
they've done the research. Sailor is in the farm, so that might be something there that wasn't there before. A little bit of inside information, which is interesting.
See, we're showing some. Oh yeah, sorry. I was just gonna say we're showing some behind the Magic scene, like here. You might think it's just two different screens, but I mean it is and it isn't. When that goes away, when I click this try again, it breaks the other screen.
Are we supposed to be trying again, or are they supposed to be trying again?
They are. I just click it sometimes. But theoretically, if we saw Sailor start to do stuff and the clock reset, I'd be like, oh, refresh.
I wonder what's going on. Have we had contact with Aaron on voice? Maybe we can hop in there.
I can find out right now. I can just
maybe we can hop in there and see what the. Or maybe they can.
Yes, his voice is there, so they are chatting with him, and we're trying to troubleshoot this here. It's only been 9 minutes of camera difficulties.
Okay.
So here's your question. Say Aaron's camera never turns on. As a player, as chat, I want to hear your opinions as well. What happens?
Oh man.
How long do you give? How long do you wait?
Oh man, we can't go out on a technicality. I think you gotta. I don't know, man. That's a tough spot. That'd be a bummer and a half. Let's get this thing started. Maybe bust out the cell phone. Let's do some troubleshooting.
If you were writing the tournament rules, you're in charge. You're making the judge program. Is this a judge program question or is this a TO question? Are technical difficulties a judge issue or a TO issue?
Yeah. Hey, Luke. I'm gonna turn my camera on and see if my camera works.
What?
I'm gonna turn my camera on.
Oh, yeah, sure.
That's my camera. Oh, you can see me. Get me out of there, dude. Sorry. I just want to see if it would work for me. All right, I'm gonna get out of there.
JD's like, let me show my stuff works. I'm better than you.
No, I was just trying to see if it. Sorry. No. No, I was just trying to make sure that it wasn't a Discord thing. I thought it was maybe if we can get Aaron to hook his cell phone up and just to see if it can connect. Maybe it's just a. Oh, there we go. We got something. Oh, we got something. Oh, we're so there. Oh, baby. Oh, baby, we got a game, baby. Let's get it. That's what I call. See, I bet I did that, Luke. I helped. Okay.
You did. You reset Discord. Discord wasn't working. You did it. It's obviously not a different camera.
I plunged the system, dude. I got it out of there. Okay. And there it is. JDT versus Sailor. Dude, Sailor would beat me so bad. It wouldn't even be funny.
I mean,
I'll
have
take
you
him down.
seen our records? Anyone
I'll
can
take him
beat
down.
anybody.
I'll take him down. We'll figure it out.
You're like, I'd get cooked. I'd take him down.
Take
All
him
right,
down.
so JDZ Sailor money match. Let's
Whoa,
go. I'm gonna set this
whoa.
up. We're gonna
Whoa.
get a charity sponsored. We're gonna
What?
we're gonna do 2 charities, one for Sailor, one for JDZ. All right, and then we'll do some event. This is gun. Oh no.
Oh no. All right, bet. I get to
All
pick
right,
Sailor's
back on the
deck, though.
charity event. So
All
we're
right.
gonna have to do something, JD. Like before Christmas, we got to do something.
I get to pick Sailor's deck. Or we gotta do like a
You get to pick
like a
Sailor's
primer.
deck.
I gotta pick his deck, dude. We gotta do like a deck primer or something. We gotta do hey, you pick a card, like a random card, and then you gotta build your deck featuring that card or something like that.
The
Gotta be like
person who made Sisu on Ice is who you want to challenge to a deck building contest.
I mean, yeah, I think I have a better chance there than like against like a meta off. I want to hit him with some stuff. If he's playing a deck he's not super familiar with, and I'm playing a deck that I'm not super familiar with, and we just had to build that day, I think my chances increase significantly, opposed to taking the highest meta deck and just sending it. I don't know. Man, I hope this works. Come on, baby. Talk to him, Discord. Come on, baby. Let's go, baby. Yeah, I can play some sealed. I'll do some sealed. I'll do a character match. Like, hey, you only can use Frozen versus Aladdin. I'm clearing, dude. I'm clearing.
I'm sorry. I foolishly started listening to the Discord as they're troubleshooting. All right, we've swapped to. It appears to be a cell phone on top of.
Oh, let's get it.
A thing. So.
Let's get it.
Let's.
Oh, let's get it. What? Dude, Maelstrom can't go out like this. You can't get your first win off of a technical difficulty, dude. You can't get like this. You gotta get it out the mud, dude. You can't get over game loss.
I'm gonna take it any way I can get it.
Failure to connect. Oh man. Come on, man. We take those. I'm dying, dude. I'm dying, dude. Man. Okay. We're still waiting. Now we got no Sailor too, so this is even
It's
more.
because they're troubleshooting, and you would probably get a little dizzy if you were watching the camera as it was like zooming around. But it looks like we might be able to start now.
We need to get the air horn going, man. We need
I'm
an
gonna
air
get
horn.
this ad out of the way so it happens now and not like literally the moment we start playing and auto does it. So everyone who's not Birdie, who was gifted a sub from the amazing Blader Magician.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's
Oh,
get
no, the
it.
camera's
Oh,
going crazy.
uh-oh. Selfie. Oh. Oh, maybe it's like putting it on don't sleep mode. Take the sleep timer
Yeah.
off.
I'm assuming because they were saying that they couldn't find the way to flip it. So it's probably like a face forward camera on the Discord. So it's face down. So him to do stuff on his phone.
Oh, to keep the score, maybe? The lore bot?
See, I've played in some events like this, and if your camera went out for like longer than half a second, it's like a game loss.
Yeah.
We
That's
are not doing that.
like the remote tournaments. If you lost connection or if your camera went dead, you're done. Okay, because you gotta stop the cheating stuff. You gotta stop the allegations or whatnot. As it is slowly starting to happen, I can feel the energy out there. Everyone wants this game 3 to go down, especially me. I am everyone. Okay, I need this
The
to
funny
happen.
thing is, I started the ad, and we could see a screen. They're going to come back from the ad, and it's going to be 2 black screens again.
Please. No.
Not
No.
like this.
Not like this.
Not like this.
Please. Please. What's happening in Discord? I'm gonna hop back in there. I'm gonna undeafen just so I can listen.
Exodia appears every camera outage. Yep. We got some Yu-Gi-Oh slander. Speaking of, I heard you casted the Goats Worlds. I do believe I watched day 1. I don't think I made it to day 2, sadly.
Yeah, I did. I'm glad they brought me. I'm glad they brought me back to do that. It was a lot of fun to get back into my old Go format roots and meet the people
Did it
there.
remind
And
you of why
hang
you're
out.
in Lorcana now?
It kind of no, I don't want to say
Oh
that.
no.
I mean, there are some things I'm like, oh, okay, I'm glad I'm not dealing with that. But I really enjoy my time doing that. I'm gonna try to make that a habit to kind of go back and give some time because I poured a lot into the Goat World, man. The Goat World took care of me, and I met a lot of friends over there. A lot of those friends have started to find Lorcana as well and get into the Lorcana world. And I think once they start to take it super serious, I think they're going to have some great conversions and great results, man. It's a good game. It's a good format. It's just, it's stationary. It's only one thing that you can do. Just imagine like playing Lorcana set 1 through like set 3, and that's it. Like you don't get any more cards ever, and that's all you can do. It would become like stagnant a little bit, but it's still a really good time.
Man, there's a fight for who can be the coolest person in chat today. Yeah, it's currently between Blader Magician and Ninja Harley.
Yo, Ninja Harley's showing love, dude. Ninja Harley's the realest of the real, dude. The realest of the real. Supporting ICL, supporting content creators, supporting him. I always try to tell everybody to go support him back on his YouTube page. Make sure you guys give him a follow and a subscription over on YouTube. The Additional Ink YouTube over there.
There's something I can do that I completely forgot.
What's that?
I've been like, I can shout people out.
Yeah, no, he's on YouTube as
I
well.
haven't shouted someone out on Twitch in forever.
Yeah, he's
I'm
a real
a
one, man.
bad streamer. I'm supposed to do that every time you get rated.
I've never done that before in my life. I don't know how to do that. How do you do that?
!SO at and then their thing. Although Nightbot does that, so maybe it's a Nightbot thing. I don't know how
I need to get a
normally.
Nightbot. I don't have any bot. Dude, my Twitch is cooked. My YouTube is cooked. My whole life is cooked, man. I'm just a cooked guy. I'm just in the oven roasting around.
You have like 13 episodes of your Not a Podcast. And I swear you started that like a week ago. How many days a week are you?
Just one.
Recording?
We do it.
One. It's really been 13
It's
weeks.
been 13 weeks. It's been a lot. We do it. We started like after was it after Gen Con? We started doing it.
Man, I don't watch your stream enough apparently.
That's fine.
Which
It's
is
okay.
frustrating. I
Tell me
wish I
just-
could watch it more, but no. Someone has to
Tell me-
live on the West Coast and streams while I'm making dinner and doing chores.
Just tell me you hate me, man. That's fine. I'll understand that too. No big deal.
Dude, that's how I felt. I was like, I love Garrick, but I'm like, why am I not on this podcast? I'm like, oh yeah, because I can't be on this podcast. Literally can't even be on there. Otherwise, I would have literally been like, Garrick, scoot over. Let's threesome this podcast.
Threesome this thing. You can come by anytime, man. We have guests. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do the guest thing, and it's still a small thing. We're just having fun and talking about Lorcana and other things, whatever comes
Oh,
up.
I've loved every
Yeah.
every episode that I've tuned in to watch some. I've been like, this is banging. This is great. And you know, I don't watch much Lorcana content.
I know,
So, like,
I know.
if I'm promoting Lorcana content, you should watch it. You know it'll be good. Unless it's my own content, then it's hit or miss. Who knows?
I mean,
But-
the goal, at least for me, and I talked to Garrick about it too, and whoever else ends up joining. But the goal is like we're in Lorcana now, but we kind of want to eventually get it out of Lorcana, just get it into just life or whatever, and just have it be the show if you can. I mean, get it as close to Lorcana as possible, and then slowly start to work in other things, other topics, and just have it being more of a well-rounded thing.
To be a variety streamer.
It's the goal. That's the goal.
People hate it. People hate it. I love to, major shout out to the viewers who stay around and watch when I play non-Lorcana games. You're the
I haven't
real
tried it yet. I haven't tried it. I plan on trying it soon when I get my gaming computer. Maybe playing some new games, trying some different things. I'm certain people are going to not enjoy it, but this is my job now, man. I gotta try to be streamer guy as a 40-year-old, and it might not be the best thing to do, but I'm gonna try it and give it my best and see what happens.
Someone asked for a link in YouTube to what your podcast is, so I gave a link to your channel. You can see all of the "This is not a podcast," as well as such crazy things as full booster box opening, Whisters in the Well, early. When you win but actually lose in Disney Lorcana. The skits are golden. And Garrick, like, you each have some of the best skits. Like the Garrick old man Instagram. I love, like, I swear he just watches my old streams from 2 years ago, and he just says things I said, and he just puts old person on it. And it's because, like, I feel it at a personal level. I'm like, yeah, back in my day we played Stitch Rockstar and we liked it.
Yeah, let's go, baby.
Let's go.
Playing Silk Song, dude. Me on Silk Song would be absolutely not happening. I would be so bad.
So
I was making fun of Luke. I was making fun of Luke so bad trying to play Silk Song. I was like, man, Luke, you're getting cooked, man. Because I'm telling you, I sat there with Zenless. Zenless is nasty with it, and I was like,
dude, Zen is insane.
He's getting loose. He's getting loose. He's moving. He's jumping around. He's flip flopping and comboing and backflipping and doing his thing. And I'm like, man, Luke, when Zenless was rocking it, man, it was looking way cooler than what you're doing, man.
In my defense, so Silk Song and Hollow Knight, when you are not getting hit, when you're playing the game and winning, quote unquote, you look like a god amongst men. Okay. Like, I'm still losing to the Lost Lace right now over and over. I probably played it for like 8 hours in like small 2-hour spurts. Okay. And I'll be playing the game and I'm like, this is the run. I've made it through 2 character stages and they haven't even hit me. And then he hits me 3 times in a row, and it looks like one of those pro versus noob things. And like the beginning's the pro, and then the last clip of me losing is the noob, because you just look like an idiot. You're like, why did you jump into that, bro?
And you probably can tilt too. Like when stuff starts going bad, you're probably like, oh man, I just oh man, it just starts to snowball. I can't do it. Oh, I saw something.
Yeah, I was just showing people that there is at least one camera. I'm teasing people.
Oh man. Oh, it's me. I'm people. I'm getting teased every time I look. I guess I could just look at the Discord and see what's happening. But
I don't even know what Disney Dreamlight Valley is, but I'm sure people would watch you play.
Disney Dreamlight Valley? Let's do it.
If you want to play entertaining.
I think the one some people's like, oh, you should play the I think I was talking to J-Bomb. Who I was talking to about the one with the horse girls and they're like running track.
Don't play that one.
Don't play that one? Okay. I won't play that one.
I mean, you can, but you'll be judged.
I'll be judged in a bad way? I don't know. They said it seemed like it's the one where you're like running, like they're running and like you can gamble and stuff.
Oh,
I don't know.
It's gambling, but it's
weird. Is it strange?
I mean, I'm a judgy person. What can I say?
Okay. If you're going to judge me, I don't want to be judged by Luke. That's not where I want to be in life. I don't want to be there. I want to be here with you all. And here we go. Look, are we here?
It looks.
It looks stable, Luke. I see movement. I see hands. I see
like
a face cam.
Minutes.
I see stability. Freeze. Don't touch that dial. Keep it locked. And we're back. Let's
Are
go.
Are we? It looks like it.
We're locked in. Come on. Come on. Shuffle up and deal. Shuffle up and deal. Okay. As you got the Flower Farm mat. I'm telling you right now, that mat is cease and desist, ready to go. Like, you're getting sued if you show up anywhere with that mat. Shout out to that mat, though. Looks really cool. I'm going to call the lawyers immediately following this match, though.
The lawyers?
Yeah, on this
For the
mat
playmat?
here. For this play mat. I'm calling them, yeah. I'm a snitch, dude. I'm a straight tattletale.
Is that AI or is that like a random artist's expression?
I'm
That
not
is
sure.
A Flower Farm playmat, it looks like. So
It's a Flower
I guess
Farm
I'll have to
playmat.
Ask JDRR.
You're getting sued is what it is. You're going to court as TikTok is down into the inkwell. So we got a little bit of Amethyst. I'm thinking Blurple coming in from Aaron, and we got the dogs. I was hoping Sailor would be on them dogs. Looking good, as that is a very viable strategy. I know he's been on this deck for a while. The dogs. I know he was on a blue-green kick for a minute.
Sailor tends to stick with the deck. He plays it. He puts down some... Oh, nice. Sorry, I was just looking for other things, and there's the link to Ninja Harley there, his YouTube.
There you go.
He tends to play the same deck and really devote time to it to get all the iterations down and to really master it. So it is a negative and a positive. He's pretty well known, so if you have to play against him, it's probably pretty obvious what he's playing most of the time. There's that 5-10% where he swaps to a new deck, you sit down, you're expecting red-blue, and he blows you out with Emerald Steel.
Boom. Just like that.
It also means he's not going to make any mistakes. And it's probably going to make you think the matchup is like harder than you thought it was.
For sure, but he's in a pretty decent spot right now as he got the Tipo into the Dumbo. We inked that beautiful Disneyland exclusive bell is down to the inkwell as the Pluto is going to get whacked by the Tipo here in this spot. Now Sailor keeping it going, probably looking for a couple of more one-cost characters. I like the dogs in the dogs versus Blurple matchup. What do you think how this matchup usually goes?
I think the dogs is favored, and that tends to be why people play it in the meta. Is they're like, if we can beat up on Blurple and be good against a few others and not have too many nightmare matchups, then let's go for it, right? But things like the mirror match, when it comes down to, did your opponent top deck and Under the Sea before you did? Like, because you can't really keep it in your starting hand when both people have Ursula 2s, right? Or maybe they won't. It becomes a thing where it can be a little lucky. It's like, who hit the thing first? It's like, you tramped and drew 15 cards. Like, good game.
Ooh.
This is an interesting thing. I think Sailor is respecting the Hypnotic right here. He's just like, you know what? I don't care about this Pluto. I care more. Oh, nope.
And
he thought about respecting it, didn't care.
We are going to exert this Tiana to maybe attempt to protect this Pluto, but you really can't unless your opponent elects to take a turn off and not use the Dumbo and pay that Tiana tax. Go ahead and clear the Tipo or clear the.
That's
actually quite good.
That's better for Sailor than the Hypnotic and pay the 3, maybe. It's actually it's up in the air because he also gets to play something, and an elephant's kind of pesky. It never forgets.
Elephant in this spot. So he's got double the elephant, double the fun, Dumbo and Madel Mim side by side. And the board now is in that stand up and go position, kind of where you want to be. You still have quite a few cards in hand. Maybe you can deploy a couple more low cost characters to set up that tramp play that is so devastating. And maybe you can get to a point where you can set up that shift lady. But the Under the Sea lines versus this deck typically don't do too terribly well for Sailor. So he's probably going to have to avoid that one.
Yeah, the Under the Sea is a blowout sometimes, but right now, a bunch of 3 strength things, as you say, the Under the Sea is not going to be great. But Sailor doesn't really have too many answers to a Dumbo, a clean answer to Dumbo.
Yeah.
That I can think of.
Or he could just, he can kind of get to these weird spots where he just kind of grow a massive board and hope
Yep.
to for that quest out turn. But Elsa and Belle, you have to navigate those troublesome waters as well. And also this Dumbo just sitting here drawing cards every turn. That's also going to become a nuisance for you as well. So the clock is going to be on Sailor to kind of figure something out as we're punching that virtual, digital, invisible calculator, run through the computations.
JDZ's putting Exodia in his hand as his camera slowly goes out a little bit.
You're just
All right, and it's
stacking.
back.
Oh,
Yeah, so like that's one way to do it, is just go sideways, and like without a tramp in play, turning sideways here would not have been fantastic.
mm.
It's still
And-
kind of rough if Aaron has the Elsa.
That is a lot of ladies on the board. 4 copies of ladies, and Daisy Duck is technically a lady as well, as she is Donald Duck's date, doing her thing, not questing. Iago is going to be deployed. Iago is actually quite good in this matchup. There's not a lot of targeting actions. I know they have the improvise that they can play from time to time, but Iago, if he can get loose, he's going to start to disrupt a lot of your characters, so really making questing super awkward for Sailor.
I just realized that I have Sailor's screen backwards, but he adjusted his camera to show himself nicely. So if I fix
This
the
is fine.
screen,
This looks good.
no, his cards are technically backwards.
Oh, they
actually.
are. They are. I mean, we can figure it out. They are inverted. Yeah, I didn't even notice that. Maybe that's my own messed up brain, my dyslexia going crazy, because I literally did not notice that until you said that.
I'm
I was
just
like,
out
man.
here spoiling things for everyone.
But it's
Easy
all
peasy.
It's all to the good, as now you have the ability to play that big massive tramp here in this spot, getting a chance to draw 5, discard 5. I'm not sure exactly what you will be looking for in this situation. Maybe looking for if you play improvise, I'd probably take that. Maybe just getting more 2 questing characters, looking for that go-go. A lot of times go-go is going to be a vital way to walk off, and there he is, the tramp enterprising dog is going to be down.
All right, we got Ceiling Sailor.
I think this is significantly worse with Ceiling Sailor. Like, this is significantly worse, like unequivocally worse, like categorically worse. Ceiling Sailor versus backward cards. Get into the chat. Come sail away, come sail away, come sail. He's doing a gainer upside down on the roof. And we are discarding a bunch of cards, cycling through a lot of different things. This is way better. Looks better. It just feels better. It feels right. It feels at home.
Spider Sailor.
And we are going to continue to advance the board a bit. The Daisy Duck will be able to take down the Madam Mim Elephant one fell swoop with this tramp. Look at that tramp. Massive tramp. And then we're free and clear to quest these glimmers, putting that lore on the board in a massive way. Iago can clear something, but is the race on? Will you get there soon enough? Stay tuned to find out.
See, I feel like this is a prime example of how playing this deck a bunch makes you good at it. Dogs is actually one of the decks in the format that is a little bit more skill expressive, I think. I think it's really, and it's because it's an aggressive deck, right? Anyone can pick up an aggro deck, play some things, and quest away. But like, he skipped his 3rd ink, I think, for a turn. Like, I think he only has 3 ink. He only has the 3rd one because of Into the Unknown, right?
Right.
Not everyone does that. And like, sure, now after a few months of watching the best players in the world play this deck, people have kind of caught on to that. But like, if your dog's opponent is inking every turn to play a 5-drop, like, they're probably losing.
Absolutely. That is very, very true. And it's very evident if you watch a dog player that is not the best dog player or a very good dog player, it's so evident how that match goes, because typically they're gonna be losing. They're like, oh, this deck stinks. Why does anybody even play this deck? It's so bad. And then they're going to toss it and go back to whatever they came from. But this deck does require you to think not just what's happening right now, but think a few turns ahead and what could potentially be in your deck and the odds that you can get those types of things and get the most benefit from it. Like digging for that tramp in that situation to clear that very threatening Madam M Elephant, I thought was heads up maneuver, man. It worked out, as the Lilo is going to come on down and you're going to keep this quest train rolling, going in for another chunky bit of lore maybe trying to set yourself up for this go-go. I can feel go-go. I'm sensing go-go
okay,
inbound.
Okay, I was literally just about to pause and ask them a question because I saw them put 1 damage on the Dumbo, but he put the lady in the discard pile, but he had challenged the other lady because it was a guaranteed 2 lore.
Okay.
And that was the Daisy trigger.
Daisy trigger adds to Genie. And you're already at 15 now, so heavy lifting is going to be required for Aaron to get out of this spot. You're going to have to go combat Dumbo, combat Iago, combat Bell, just to hope, and you still have that ready and reserve Lilo hanging out there, and that Tramp Enterprising Dog kicking it back there on the back row. I think this might be, no, it's not GG. You still will possibly get another turn, but that go-go there as an imminent threat is going to be a looming issue for you as well.
Yeah, it can't really. I mean, I guess he could throw the Dumbo away on the Tramp, but like, you also have to take it down. Your characters are too big, right? Like, you have to send another one of Min, and that's going to put 2 damage on it. So like, that doesn't even work.
Yeah, you have to clear. All of your characters have to engage with these exerted characters at a minimum, and then you need to deploy a. I don't know if you have enough ink to send the Hades. Maybe you have enough ink to send the Elsa afterwards to clear the Lilo, and then you have to hope. So you're going to be piling up damage as it goes along. I talked about the Iago, how great it was in this matchup, or I think it's good in this matchup, but that 6 willpower can come back to haunt you when you're talking Go-Go Tamago, as we are going to bring Bell in. Interesting. So Bell will be able to clear that back row Lilo.
This
or
way
put
we can
2
take
damage
down the 2 Quester, and then the Bell can take out. This is still not enough. Bell takes out the Tramp, and then Go-Go comes down and gains 2 lore.
If there is a Go-Go, and there's always
I
a Go-Go.
thought you said there was a Go-Go.
No,
Oh,
I'm just speculating. I'm predicting. There may as well, Luke. There may as well always be because there's never not a Go-Go. When it's time to Go-Go, you're never missing the Go-Go. It's always going to be time to Go-Go.
Tamago.
It's always there. In the event that there needs to be a Go-Go, there will always be a Go-Go. And we're going to ink so fast. Look how fast.
Well, always a Go-Go.
It's never not a Go-Go. It's always the Go-Go. I just saw how fast that ink went to the inkwell, how quickly that Go-Go sprang forth from the hand. And Sailor slams that Go-Go. Be a woman up. Stop crying, woman up, says Go-Go. Stop whining, woman up. And there it is. So we are going on into a game number 2. Sailor gets through that one pretty unscathed. I think that's how that matchup goes a lot of the time. While Aaron there is going to have to do some big hill climbing to get out of this spot. I think you're going to have to really lean on those Elsa's Spirit of Winter, Fifth Spirit and Spirit of Winter. Bell was quite good in this situation. Also, I'd like to see a little bit more. Maybe got some of those magical maneuvers. Ursula Voice Stealer. You're going to need cards that can exert your opponent's character and get through these ready characters a little bit easier, because a Sailor can just sit there and stand and then outflank you and quest. It's going to be a GG every single time. Now he's backward. Luke, you're killing me, dude. You're actually killing me, dude. I'm dying right now. I'm in physical pain that you. Now he's looking at me, dude. Now he's looking at me, and this is worse. This is way worse. You just couldn't leave good enough alone.
Into your soul.
You couldn't leave good enough alone, man. It was fine, okay? We had a little backwards card.
Nope.
And now Sailor's in. Get out of here. Go. Move. So now I feel. How can I do it? How can I?
Here, I can fix it.
The stare down commences. There we go.
Stare down.
Okay. Now you switch the names around.
What? Why is it? Oh, the names are in a thing. Dang it! You knew what I was doing before I did it. I was being sneaky.
See it. Oh, you're trying to be sneaky? Okay, you sneaky. And you move me now.
Well, now
Okay.
he's not staring into your soul.
But now I'm looking off the screen because I'm looking this way now. I look like an idiot because I'm looking at something else. So now I got to move this over here. Okay, I got 2 monitors. We can make time. Now I just switch this way. Look at that. Problem solved. Problem solved.
Perfect.
We're solving problems. This is wild. Okay.
Here,
There we go.
I can really have some fun if I want to. Oh, it's not in front of it. I was like gonna adjust the camera, so I was like petting Sailor's head, but the layering didn't work properly. So
This is wild. All right, but thank you guys all for being here. This is the ICL on a Wednesday. We got Sailor versus Aaron going into game number 2. Dogs versus Blurple. Hope you guys are all having a good time. Hope you guys are all enjoying the
chat
ICL.
predicts you have one more bit before you crash out.
No, I got about 6 more. I'm good. I'm having a good time. I haven't laughed all day. Okay, so I love to get my laughs in. It's always good with Luke.
Someone foolishly put us together, working together. I don't know who made that schedule. They just don't know what it's like. I miss this. We used to do this on my morning stream before.
All the time, man. We did about 4 episodes of episode 1 podcast, and then we just stopped. Okay.
Oh, we're off.
Please, Anthony, at least please don't tempt him. Please, I can't take it. Okay, I can't take it. All right. And here we go. We got Basil. So Basil is actually going to be a pretty good, start in this situation, I think. Just being able to get through some of those Daisy Ducks and some of those crazy high willpower characters that Sailor's deck can play. Also being able to support that Elsa, which I think is a critical component. Go down into Inkwell. Leading off with that lady, I think her name is Lady Elegant Spaniel. Am I right? Elegant Spaniel is the uninkable 102 situation there. I never get these things right. I need to learn these. Let's go. Elegant Spaniel. And we have the Hypnotic Strength, Ink Hypnotic Strength, Play Hypnotic Strength, no ramp. Yikes coming in from Aaron. That's the last thing you want to see from the Sapphire Amethyst player. You need to be ramping on 2, big dog, and you didn't get it done. So uphill climb starts early as Basil alone and unafraid.
Let's go.
Luke's popping
Let's
off.
go.
Can't be popping off. He'll be unbiased. As Luke pops off now, and we will be able to
8% chance. Let's go.
And we will go ahead and play the Tramp. Tramp coming out for a 1 cost, notably because there is a lady in play, so he's able to come out a bit cheaper. And while there's a character named Tramp in play, this character gets +1 lore, so she's questing for 2. Very cool little synergies there.
Like maybe, who knows? We don't know what's happening on this turn.
Right. This is not
Aaron's
what
got
you want
not
to
a
be
great
doing.
hand. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like yesterday, we had J-Bomb with the triple Daisy game 3 opener. Like, come on, brah. Like, what is this?
Yeah, that I've seen a lot of Sapphire Amethyst set, probably more than any human being should consume or digest. And I'm telling you right now, this is not how you want this to go as a Sapphire Amethyst player. You want these things to be happening in a much, much different way. And the dogs are starting to bark here as we got another lady and another Tramp side by side. Playing Into the Unknown for 3 costs to send a lady into the Inkwell cannot be the way you want to use those cards.
It did save him 2 lore though, as we
True.
had the Tramp, and this board's getting crazy. Like, honestly, I don't know what else he really could afford to do. He, like, without having a 2-drop for ramp, his deck only has 1-drops to play. So it's like he could have played a 1-drop, but it's like the 3-drops are all Into the Unknowns, right?
Yeah.
So we're trading off here. We're trying to be like, please stop questing. He only has 5 lore in play. Sailor could go to 9. Iago could eat the lady. And then, like, if Sailor doesn't commit more to the board, like, I think Aaron could come back here. But
or if
that
he
is
just
asking a lot.
If Sailor just continues to maybe quest maybe one more time and then just go into your stand-up mode and just don't do anything and just keep playing characters each turn, wait for that big Tramp to come in. Never mind, he's here a bit early than you would have expected, but there he is nonetheless as big body Tramp drawing 4, discarding 4. looking for improvise, kicking those under the seas.
Double under the
early.
seas. Get him out of here. And wow, that is a pretty good discard for Sailor.
I concur, because those under seas, they really, I don't think are for this matchup. They may be for the mirror, for the Amber Steel situation. But Blurple, sometimes you can hit them with it. Not in this case.
Things. If you can get like a Genie and an Elsa, it's just
Right.
like most likely if they have an Elsa in play, you probably can't sing the Under the Sea.
Because she's probably going to be exerting and blasting one of your best dudes more often than not, as we still have one more card to discard from Sailor, probably contemplating if it's that go-go that you know it's going to be another win condition or anything else. It's got to be a tough spot. It's got to be a Lady Park Avenue.
We're keeping
Go-Go.
2 cards.
Tiana.
Looks like a Tiana. It's an expensive threat. Easily answered at this point. Like by the time Tiana comes down next turn with 5 ink on Aaron, and then quests with 6 ink. So I guess you still could get Tiana and quest with her once before Hades was to come down. We're keeping our 2 quester around.
Right.
This is interesting. Yeah, okay.
No, we're sending.
I was mostly confused because I'm like, well, what trick do we have to get rid of this Iago? Like, it could have been that we're bringing back another reason why we didn't play Tiana is we're planning on bringing back Lilo next turn. Like, we're going to bring back Lilo, and we're going to, like, this is not what Aaron needs to be playing on this turn. Oh, my goodness.
That is brutal again. And now the Tipo comes in a bit late, but I guess better late than never, as you'll be able to get a little ramp in, pushing on for and we're just going to scoop Central. Are we going straight to Scoopville? Hand is just so bad. And it looks like, I think we might just be mailing it in and just getting out of here. And I don't hate that at all, because you got to stare down this. And you know the game is done. Yeah, we're out of here. So yeah, Aaron's seen enough, and the deck just giga turbo mega extra bricked, and you will accept that if you're a Sailor. But either way, Maelstrom puts 1 into the win column, and Aaron goes down there the way that you didn't want to do it.
Let's jump on over to Discord now.
Let's do it.
Hey, tell them, Sailor, I'm gonna jump out and get back on my computer so my headphones, so my audio quality isn't.
Yeah, you're good.
Perfect,
yeah, absolutely.
perfect.
I'll cover you up.
You did it, Sailor! Way to go! We're finally got a win on the board.
Luke is so biased. I love the biasness. At least he's open with the biasness. But again, congratulations to you.
One team.
Congratulations to you, Sailor, for getting it done, putting the team on your back, and putting 1 into the win column. I love to see it, and you got it done in a pretty convincing fashion, playing the dogs versus Sapphire Amethyst. I know you were hoping for a good matchup, and I think you got one. How does this matchup usually go? I like to pick your guys' brain to ask about matchup spreads when we're in the ICL, because it can be kind of volatile with the matchups you get, but you got a pretty good one this time. Is that your consensus? Do you feel that this is a good matchup, and were you confident going into this one?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I made some changes. Well, Kurt and I actually made some changes to the dogs list that I ran in Bologna, and it a little bit weaker to Blurple, but it's still a very favorable matchup, right? But I found out the Tiana and the Aurora makes most of the other matchups better. But there's still a big issue with Under the Sea when you're playing that deck, right? And my 3 losses at Milwaukee were to basically top decks Under the Sea after I ripped one of them with Ursula the previous turn, right? So everything else you can fight through pretty well. Even on day 2 in Milwaukee, I faced a mirror and 3 purple steel, and I won the 3 purple steel, even though it's supposed to be about matchups. But Tiana does so much work in that matchup, because you can take down the strength with Ursula, and then your Tiana gets to live forever and you turn sideways. It's just so good. And then they need to do something, right, to race you or trying to take down things, so they exert, and then you punish them with Lady and Tramp 2. It's just a very rewarding deck to be playing. I found in the Fabled meta, because it was very skill intensive, played very, very differently. And in a meta where I was not enjoying the gameplay too much, it made my runs more enjoyable, even though I fell short of making top cut both times at the 2 DLCs. I felt like the deck choice was good. It was always the best converting decks at both of these at both events. And it always feels good to face the good matchup. In Bologna, I didn't face Blurple until I was out already of contention. But in Milwaukee, my first 2 opponents were Blurple. And that always feels good, right? Winning the matchup lottery.
I wouldn't know what that feels like.
Dang.
I
Dang,
didn't play
but
against
Sailor,
Blurple at all in Milwaukee. Great job,
but Sailor,
tonight.
while we got you here, though, Luke is on your team, and you are the captain of Maelstrom. Can you just kind of speak to that? What does it feel like to get that first win on the board, and what are some of the things that you guys have kind of been struggling with this season? Because as I believe, you guys are one of the best teams in the community, but looking at the record, it was not an indicator of that. So can you just kind of talk about what it feels to finally put it behind you, get that win, and what you think has gone wrong, and what are you guys going to do going forward to put more wins in the win column?
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. We didn't have a great start. We've hit some unfortunate draws and matchups. And even for myself, I think I can reflect on my last week match against Ghosty. We were playing the mirror, and the mirror is one of the worst mirror because it's really a coin flip between who finds the under the sea at the right time. But I have to say, sometimes it's a bit hard to show up after, you've done your chores or you've put the kids to bed, and then you're right into a match, but you arrive very cold right into like kind of a high stake match. So I think something that we could improve upon in the team would be to maybe jam some games right before a match, try to be a little bit more eaten up for in preparation for those, because I think it's one of the hardest part of playing in the ICL is that you're in the middle of your day routine, right, with your family or whatever you have going on, and then you're right into a game, right, and sometimes you can miss some of your sharp mulligan decision.
Okay.
But, no excuse. All the teams here are great, so losing to them never really feel all that bad because everybody is very good at the game right now. We've leveled up the field so much from the first year, right? And I think it shows with how much professional the players are here and how good they are too.
Yeah, for sure. I agree with all of that, man. And I think you said it very well. And I'm congratulations to you again and your team for getting the win. But you didn't do it alone. You got Aaron here as well. And Aaron, I'm so sorry about what happened to you game number 2. No one wants to experience that. And we've had a couple of breaking issues here in the ICL for this particular week. But can you just talk about, in your experience, how does that normally go? And what are some of the things you're looking for to kind of help slow down these dogs? Because this matchup seems very, very unfavorable for you.
Yeah, for sure. Well, game 1, I mull 7, didn't have ramp, was looking for 1 drops or ramp, anything. Game 2, I didn't have ramp, but I had a 1 drop and nothing but Hades second star TikTok with the 1 drop. So I just kept the 1 drop, hoping for the best. Drew back 2 more Hades, another second star, a TikTok, and Into the Unknown, and then I drew Into the Unknown Iago for my turn. So,
and that's just
pretty solid openings that you're looking for there.
that's exactly what you want to play any game at all. But have you been playing Sapphire Amethyst this entire set, and have you had some success versus the dog strategy so far?
I've been playing Blurple probably since like set 5-ish. And now that it's on everyone's radar, I felt like I couldn't betray it. I just had to stick through it. Played it in Milwaukee and actually made top 32 there with it. and I beat dogs twice. So
Oh, nice.
Sailor's my first of dogs loss of meaningful competition.
Oh, very cool. What are some plays that you're looking for to help out a little bit? Is it the Ursula voice sealer? Is it Elsa? Is it the one drops? Is it Basil? Is it try to
It's
block them?
yeah, it's really a combination of all of it. It's one drop into ramp into Dumbo is actually, I think, the best four drop to play into dogs. Can fight everything on the board unless you have Iago, but most people are running some sort of Iago hate in it just because. So
Yeah.
I think it's one drop, ramp, Dumbo, Elsa, and then from there it's just win the board at that point. And if you're really good, you'll just chain Elsas and Bells and you just win.
Okay.
That obviously didn't happen. So
hey, but what you got good? What you gentlemen both have good going for you is that this is probably the last game of Fable that you're ever going to have to play. So we can kind of put this meta behind us and get on into the Wells. And I've been asking people about this, and I'm sorry, Luke, I'm asking all these questions, but I'm gonna start with you first, Aaron. I'm gonna kick over to Sailor. Do you think Sapphire Amethyst is still going to have a part in Whispers in the Well, or what are you looking for most into this new set? What are you going to be playing?
no, I think it's actually it'll still be okay, but it'll be back to where it's been in that under the tier 1 decks. But that's where I would like to hang out with Blurple. So we don't like being the target on the back. It's too easy to build to beat it. So I think it'll be fine, but I also am just excited overall for the meta. I think everything is going to get better after this Fabled set.
Sick. I agree. But Sailor, to you, what are you looking forward to most going into the next set? What decks are you think going to be high? What are you playing? Or do you think the dogs are still going to be around? Or you think they're going to go back into the cage?
I'm very, very excited for Whispers in the Well meta, as I'm always coming into a new meta, right? I like to solve those puzzles early on. I've built a lot of decks already, and I really like some of the legendaries that we're having in Whispers in the Well, right? I think Cinderella, Webby, the Goliath, even the Horseman is good. The Demona is pretty good as well, right? There's like a lot of good legendaries, and most of them are inkables too. So that's pretty cool. A lot to build around. I think the best decks right now should start with blue steel, purple steel, green blue. And probably some aggro. I think people are a little bit too swift to discard aggro because of Spooky Sight. I think the cost of playing Spooky Sight is pretty real into the purple decks. So there's really a lot to think about. And as we've always had in Lorcana, the meta will shift week by week, and it will, except for maybe Fable, where the card pool was so small that we couldn't really shift all that much. So it was getting pretty stale. But the fact that now the power level is higher, the pool is much bigger because a lot of the new cards are playable, I think we should see shift where from a week to another, some cards will be up, on and off from decks. I also really like the detective package with the 4-drop Judy ups. She's very, very cool. She allows some draw engine into blue that was very much missing. We needed to rely on Clarabelle, and that made the green blue deck very, very inconsistent, or relying on purple cards right in the Blurple. But obviously, as Aaron mentioned, that deck was very easy to target, but was still very strong because of some of the reprints for Blurple were just a little bit too good, in my opinion, right? Like the Bell, the Hades, and the Shift Elsa, that was just a tad too much. And even though the deck was a bit greedy, it was able to sustain a lot of hate towards it because of how powerful it was. So yeah, I'm very, very much looking forward to Whispers in the Well. And I mentioned like 4 of the good decks, but like I think Red Purple is definitely playable. Dogs, to answer your question, is still playable. A very good disruption tool that we got is the Moogly. So yeah, lots of different decks, and finally red blue, right? I think red blue can be back. It's not going to be tier
Never.
1 or like
We're
tier
back.
0, but there's definitely a build that can put up the fight with the top tier decks. And I'll be sharing this on the Maelstrom YouTube channel in the next few days. So tune in.
Nice. Tune in, lock in. Make sure
Sailor,
you
do
hit the like button and subscribe
Oh,
as
sorry.
well.
Sailor,
Yeah.
do you think that they're, and you guys too, JD and Wonder, with the new set, there's, like you said, there's probably about 4 decks I think that kind of just stand out, with aggro kind of being lumped together
Yeah.
with the 4th one. But everything else seems like it's not really a drop to tier 2. It seems like it's a lot of like 1.5 right now.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which
I
has
agree.
me very excited for an actual meta.
Where
Yeah,
anything
absolutely. A
anything
bunch of
can be viable.
1.5. Yep.
Yeah.
I think that's what we need. A lot more viability. I think that's just going to be healthy for the game to just have more colors being represented. Hopefully Ruby is being represented again. Having an Emerald, for the most part, Emerald kind of had maybe one deck that was played heavily. So just having a multitude of different decks, I think it's just going to be better for the game, better for the community. More people have more things to work with, and it's just going to be overall good for everyone. But gentlemen, I think we're gonna start to wrap this thing up. Unless Luke, you have other things that you want to.
Oh man, we covered it all pretty much well.
Oh.
I mean, just the shout
Okay.
outs I do believe we have.
For
But
sure.
Did we
for
already
sure.
do that?
We did not. We did not. So we are, as customary here in the ICL, we like to end it with some shout outs. So Aaron, we'll start with you first. Any shout outs? The floor is yours. Take it away.
First off, everyone, sorry about my camera situation. I don't know what happened.
All right.
Yeah, literally was playing it last night for a couple hours. Worked perfectly fine, no issues at all. So shout out my camera for really holding it down for me. Also, of course, the whole flower farm. Like I mentioned, my player card said I was 0 for 3 in winning in games. That officially flipped in Milwaukee. I had to win the winning in game to get top 32. So that curse is finally broken. So now hopefully I can win some games here and there.
Let's get it.
Good job, man.
Congratulations to you, by the way, Aaron, for getting your qualification to the North American Continental Championship, man.
Thank you.
I'm excited to see you there.
Hype,
Hopefully you
hype,
can
hype.
have great effects, man, at that event. And get a new camera. I mean, just go ahead and Black Friday, it's happening. Just go get another one.
Actually, I think it was Discord. It was not even the camera, I think. Anyway.
Oh, was it Discord? It was Discord? Okay. We'll give it a pass this time, Aaron.
Did you see whenever I tried to flip it on and it gave me the blood red bell, and then
so weird.
it wouldn't unfreeze from that off Discord, but it would launch in the software app. So I don't know what was going
Weird.
Yeah, that was some spooky sight,
on.
man.
It was,
We love to
a
see it.
little weird.
It was spooky for sure.
Spooky. All right, but Sailor, you got it done. You came out here and got the dub. You put the team on your back. You got the first win for Maelstrom of the season. And now we end with you for any special shout outs that you have.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Shout out to ICL, the judges. Thanks so much for putting up the work to showcase these great matches. Of hopefully some are better than this one. And shout out to Aaron for being persistent and trying to make it work even through technical difficulties. So always a pleasure, Aaron. And yeah, shout out to Maelstrom team, every team members. Appreciate you all. Sarah, our manager, Heavy Play for sponsoring us. And yeah, the whole 9 yards. You can follow me on X at Lorcana_Sailor with a 4. And follow us on YouTube at Maelstrom HQ because, we're going to try to put up a day 1 necklace video. And those are usually pretty appreciated from the community. So tune in.
Let's go. Lock in, hit subscribe, and follow. But gentlemen, I hope you both have a wonderful evening, and we'll see you all in the Wells. You'll be joining us in Whispers in the Wells here next week. Hopefully, until then, I'll see you next time. All right. We're hopping back in to the booth. I'm
See
here.
How long it takes?
I'm there.
Oh, he's in.
I got there kind of quick that time. I'm proud of myself. Man, what a way to send off the fabled meta, man. It was a good time. We laughed. We cried. We
Just
said
to show
goodbye.
you that even Blurple can lose.
Yeah.
We
What a
don't
way to
always
go,
hit
man.
Ramp.
What a way to go. Blurple missing ramp, huh? I should make a video about that. Blurple missing ramp. What a way to end this thing. As I think we had a good time in Fabled, but we'll be back at it again with Whispers in the Well. Is that happening
can't
next
wait.
Tuesday? Is that next Tuesday?
Yeah. The release is this Friday.
Let's go.
Pre-releases. I'm gonna try to go to a midnight pre-release tomorrow night.
Dude, come to
maybe we'll do
Sharp Gaming in Arkansas. I'll be there. If you guys are there,
this weekend.
please. This weekend. I'm going to Sharp this weekend.
Well, I'd
Fable
love
legal.
to, but I have a wedding and a wife's birthday, and
Okay.
she said to tell people I'm going to be busy eating sushi and I cannot do Lorcana.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Happy wife, happy life. But look,
But
it was
I
a
will
great
be
show.
watching you cast Sharp Gaming from the sushi joint. Maybe I'll do a sake bomb for you.
I'd appreciate that. I'd appreciate that. Eat some what is it? Wasabi? Your wasabi bomb
No.
as well. Just
No.
no, please.
I like
Please.
spicy food, but I just don't like the flavor aspect
It's
of
in your
wasabi.
nose. It like destroys my nose every time
Like,
I do wasabi.
I hate horseradish.
Ugh.
And most wasabi in America is not actually normal wasabi. It's like a form of horseradish that's also kind of... It doesn't matter. I don't like either of them, honestly. But
Okay.
I'm just basic. I'll dip my California roll in some soy sauce.
Some soyu sauce, dude, and that's be it. They'll be done with it. Okay,
Yeah,
I,
I mean,
can respect that.
realistically, I'm going to eat whatever my wife orders because
Get some
she is
sashimi.
a sushi eater. Just some raw fish on rice.
Yeah, that's it. That's literally sushi.
Well, I mean, that's sashimi. Sushi's a little different.
Oh, my bad. My bad. Maybe I don't know, man. Now I'm lost, dude. Now you got me. Now you got me confused. So what is
I feel
sushi?
like-
Is just fish.
I feel like
Fish fry.
sushi is just
Just
the
the fish.
rice and the wrap. Like, I
The
don't even
rice-
think it needs fish in it. It might. I'm gonna look it up right now
I'm pretty sure fish has to be involved
before
for
chat
it to be
educates
sushi.
me.
I'm pretty sure sushi has a fish element to it to be
It's
sushi.
combined with a variety of ingredients, such
Including
as seafood,
fish.
veggies, meat, raw seafood is the most common. Although some
Most
are
common.
cooked.
Okay. Sushi is a roll with seaweed, says Lorcana Habibi. But look, I think it is time to wrap the show. Speaking of wives, mine just kind of walked around, and I got to get out of here. Okay.
all right. We're gonna raid someone here. Tell her hi.
Production. Luke says hi. She says hello.
Oh, I heard her.
Yeah.
All right, I think we're gonna raid Enchanted Chatter. Oh
Oh.
man, she's interviewing Lizard Kitty, Melissa.
What? Let's get in
So
there and see
stay
what
tuned. It's gonna be a great show.
All right, my fellow Illumineers. Until next Tuesday, we'll be back. The ICL continues. I don't know who's going to be playing, but I'm certain they're going to be doing their very best. And we're going to have some brand new cards to talk about. So hopefully you guys enjoy this brand new meta that's coming your way. Keep it locked. Don't touch that dial. ICL on a Tuesday. See you there.
And we're raiding, but hopefully I can sneak